And as this room fill up, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let friends, neighbors know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys, Sports Talk, and beyond. Come on, baby. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on. We got to take this one way or another. The loyalty is insane to the membrane. Come on. Yo. Come on. They say there ain't no party like the Cowboy party. But what about Law Nation's groove?
What more do you want?
Come on with it.
On the wheel, me and your father, real serious. So it look like I'm gonna be around here for a while. I ain't trying to be your daddy, but if you need some advice, feel free to talk to me.
All right. Sharing is caring. The insanity. 5, 4, 3, 2, and
What's your point? What's your point?
1. Come on. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody that's tuning in. The name is Law Nation. We talk Cowboys football and beyond. Of course, we're going to talk about this Jerry Jones thing, and this is how it goes. Heading into this game, we're 3-3, not 0-6, right? We won some games, right? And that's just what it is. We are in a situation that we have no control of the outcome of the game, but we've been in a dogfight with ownership, a dogfight with players and banging on the table. People even get mad at me for being optimistic, right? It's not like we're 0-6, but I get it, you know. But Jerry Jones, man, he's the one guy that I know for sure that's in the god doggone way, man. Get out the way, man. You know, just sit down somewhere. I mean, at 82, don't you need to sit down somewhere? You know, but he got a full of energy, and he's not going anywhere anytime soon. And let's listen to a good old Jerry Jones. But before we do that, Derrick Henry ranks this season, and I said, and y'all can blame me for this too. I said, can we leave the Derrick Henry stuff alone? Can we just move on from the Derrick Henry stuff? But it ain't going nowhere. The brother keep running. He's first in rushes, first in rushing yards, first in rushing touchdowns, first in yards per rush, first in rush first downs, first in longest rush, scrimmage yards, first in scrimmage yards, touchdowns as well. I mean, he ain't going nowhere, man. He ain't going nowhere, ladies and gentlemen, and that's just how it is, man. But let's listen. And last year, and Lord, Rico Dido, salute to him, you know. But let's be real. Can we just look into the mirror and say, let's be real. Are we really leaning on Rico to be the end-all, be-all here when there was the likes of not even just Joe, not even just my guy, Derrick Henry, but there's the likes of Joe Mixon's out there, Zach Moss and beyond that we ended up wetting the bed on and not even taking a look at. J.K. Dobbins, you know, somebody that you can pair up and match up. So it is what it is. Law, we need to hit the shame button all throughout your show. Fred, I got you, man. Say less, man. Oh, my gosh. Jeez. Yeah.
Shame.
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 That's the quick excerpt.
Shame.
That is, well, we're designing bad plays or we're designing bad concepts. The facts are that there's some of that, but there's also some of execution. There's some of the talent. I like our talent. I really do like our talent. I like our young talent, but young talent has a few more mistakes associated with it than if you are dealing with a veteran player. Be looking at is, well, we're designing.
This dude literally calls out Mike McCarthy. Talked about his bad play design. Talk about his design for your mind, left and right. And then he turns around and say, you know what? Let me take that all away. It's the talent that we have. And I've been banging on the table saying, dog, it's always been the talent. Yeah, we can scrape the bottom of the barrel. I said this earlier today. Yeah, even a trash can get a steak, right? We can scrape the bottom of the barrel. But to continue to only use that is insane. And can somebody give me the definition of insanity? And I'm thinking that it's expecting to do the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. Here's the other part of it. How come, ladies and gentlemen, the guy that was the reigning MVP last year, right? How come all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around this beautiful globe, that he needed weapons, but we didn't? This dude was 17 for 22, 333 yards total, right? 5 touchdowns with a passer rating of 158.1. Oh, yeah, he's going to be MVP again if he keep this up. Oh, yeah, he'll be the MVP again. They got the ultimate cheat code. But neither here nor there. Let's listen to this long interview. I don't want to cut no corners. I want to give y'all all of it. All right, I'm gonna give y'all all of it.
Jerry is joining us right now on DFW Sports Station. Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
And how you doing, RJ? Good to be.
Are you guys able to hear it all? Let me know. Give me a 1-up in the chat.
Going with you guys.
Oh, man, that stings. That stings, Jerry. RJ's the only one not here today.
Well, did he want to avoid the confrontation?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Jerry, what do you want to say, if anything, about last week?
I don't have anything to say about last week. I'm happy, though, that I must tell you I'm surprised that last week got the attention it got. But, really, when I think about what we try to do on this show, for me, is I think we give you 2 shots a week that I get on, and Stephen gets on once or twice, and Mike, I don't know if Mike gets on or not, but those are really a privilege. It's kind of like pillow talk. You get...
You know, Jerry, the term pillow talk is designed for you and your lady, right? For you to talk about your expressions and your concerns about what's going on in life, to talk about, Vlad that's over there, the DC 4 Life Productions, right? Ice Cold Cowboy. That's what pillow talk is about. That you don't say it into their faces, but you talk about it to your lady, your squeeze. And pillow talk's supposed to only be within the confines of the pillows, right? It don't supposed to be for the whole world to know. And 9 times out of 10, when you're doing the pillow talking, that's after you done released. I'm just saying, that's when you have your clear conscience, your mind is free. Free at last, and you telling everything, You say, woo, that was a good time, baby. Oh, yeah, but let me tell you about, man, my guy over here, Slug, and steal them boys, Yeah, that mother sucker there, I can't stand. And that's supposed to be within the confines of the pillows, right? Y'all know I'm telling the truth, Yeah. It'd be a good conversation, knowing that you can say whatever you need to say, and she ain't going to go run and say X, Y, and Z, right? But so it's not like pillow talk, Jerry Jones. It's not.
You get some inside stuff. As you know, I don't go before the normal press conferences during the week usually.
Yeah.
And so this is the kind of thing that I would expect and how I would answer it relative to many of your questions. You're going to ask me today because Henry had a big night, Derrick Henry last night. You're going to ask me again, how come when Henry was available and right here in Dallas said we didn't get him? And I will tell you, the same kind of question is one that my wife might ask me of 60-something years. Why did you do that?
Yeah.
And I said, well, I really don't know why I did that. The devil made me do it. And so my point is,
the devil sitting there like, wait a minute, I had nothing to do with this. The devil sitting there chilling, roasting somebody else in hell, and you gonna bring him up. Nah, you should have had at least that the Hennessy made me do it, or the Johnny Walker in them made me do it. Yeah, so the devil didn't make you do that. Come on, Jerry. So the devil made you, let me, I wasn't even going to pull this up. But Jerry, the devil didn't make you squeeze that girl right here. Come on, man. Come on. Let me make it look good over here. Come on, the devil didn't make you do that. Come on, Jerry. Jerry, come on, man. Let's be real with it, Jerry. Let's be real with it. The devil, now, I know what it is. Jerry Jones expect us to be just like Gene Jones, walk all over her, be all up late at night with another squeeze, another back door, and another thing that he's doing pillow talking to, and he come back home and say, hey, baby, let's kiss on it. Let's kiss on it. The devil made me do it. I just saw tatas and legs. The devil made me do it. It wasn't me, baby. So he expecting us to be the same way he is towards Gene. I can't make this stuff up, man. I can't. I might as well keep that picture up there. Come on.
Those kinds of questions are pointedly toward putting you on a spot to make a certain kind of answer.
Yeah.
I've obviously been asked that Derrick Henry question almost every day since we started training camp. And so that's a get in your ass type of question.
Yeah.
And I understand that. I see that coming, and that's real good. Mm-hmm. But when you do it several times, and of course, I keep up with what you guys say when I'm not on the show. And so when you do it several times,
yeah.
I know that when you're asked about a question such as one that you might have at home, why did you do that? And you do it several times, then you really know what the situation is, where it's coming from.
What's your point? What's your point?
She said, when you come home, because it's still tied into the first conversation. Jerry, man.
Please come home.
Jerry, man.
What's your point?
Jerry, come on, man. Stop telling your business, man. It's keep asking. He said he's been with that lady for over 60 years. And if you've seen how RJ, he's dodging the smoke by not coming back on this show, that's crazy, dog. You should have been 10 toes down and sitting there saying, yeah. Now, what we were saying is that while you was on this show with us, there were 2 trades that I know for sure happened. 1 being Amari Cooper, 2 being the Devontae Adams. While you talking to us or what we can and can't do, you get mad at us. You should have been out there with your team of people and going out there and making this team better. But he dodging the smoke, man.
What's your point?
Yeah, he dodging the smoke.
So those are the kinds of things that this show, to me, can and be about. For instance, if you ask me how I make a decision, I would say I'd maybe go back to a story of when I was buying the Cowboys.
Oh,
and
Lord,
we got
story
down to
time.
where there was a $300,000 difference. and we couldn't get by it, the man that sold the team to me. And so he suggested we flip a coin. And we flipped that coin, and I lost. I really got screwed. I ended up with the Dallas Cowboys.
What?
My
Who's the
point
other
is,
guy?
I don't know why I called heads rather than tails. And I couldn't explain to you why I called heads rather than tails.
I don't know that
But
story.
some of this stuff works out.
Some
other
Illuminati stuff, you know.
That's the kind of thing and the kind of answers I would expect us to be talking about on this show.
Yeah. And I get all that, and normally we're usually on the same page in terms of the topics and the subjects. That's why I think last week threw us off a little bit. But look, man, as I've said multiple times, Jerry, you've provided us, radio gold, and it is a privilege to be able to do this show with you for 15 years. And we had some fireworks, and that's kind of the way I view it, despite the payment and suspension and move the show and all that stuff, because we're usually in lockstep. So I understand that.
Listen, here's the thing. The fact that we've been doing it 15 years
Yeah.
shows that someplace in between there, we got comfortable in our skin doing these type things. And we did get comfortable with it. Now, I'm tickled to death that we have as much interest in this as we do. And as you well know, but guys, I have no issue, and you know that. As a matter of fact, you've said that. I have no issue with getting up in front of a bunch of media and people of journalism and asking the question and answering, getting questions and answering.
Yeah.
And I don't have any problem with that. Would you agree with that?
Yes, totally.
And again, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but the point is that we've, in my mind, we're not playing very good football right now at all. And
Jerry,
it's beyond whether or not we have Derrick Henry or not. Derrick Henry is having a career year. I don't know if he'd be having that career year in our situation. And that's really something you really do have to look at, because if he had not had as many carries as our running backs have had.
Don't let me find out Jerry Jones is at them P. Diddy parties, man. Come on with it. Jerry, hey, there was a surplus of some baby oil down there at the stadium, man. Jerry, come on now. Hey, this is a lot of word salad going on. I would say this, though, collectively. It's like this right here, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said this before AI and Photoshop, by the way. Diddy Jones, man, come on.
What's your point?
My point is that we can't use and abuse this team as if though this team is not a team of glory. And I ain't talking about a whole. Not like this team is not a team that we supposed to be in the likes of making good moves and being competitive and being able to do something as it relates to football common sense. I can't make this up. Eddie B said, "Law, you're wrong." I'm doing my part right here. Riggs! Riggs! We got to deal with it. That's the owner of America's team right now. He done lost his mind. And I'm telling y'all, it's getting more and more of foolery over here. And they need to change Tom Foolery to Jerry Foolery over here. It's just what it is. Come on with it.
Then he certainly probably wouldn't have attained the level of impact he's having. And then he's a real good complement to the type of offense they run. We don't run that type of offense at all. Our situation is more about, frankly, it's more about holding your blocks. It's more about not making mistakes. It's more about, in my mind, the receivers running through a tough man-to-man coverage and running on through it. And, if you will, get away from that. The types of things that we all think we should be looking at is, well, we're designing bad plays or we're designing bad concepts. The facts are that there's some of that, but there's also some of execution. There's some of the talent. I like our talent. I really do like our talent. I like our young talent. But young talent has a few more mistakes associated with it than if you are dealing with a veteran player.
Hey, Slug, that's a damn good comment. He says gerrymandering in us. Oh my goodness, some people don't know what gerrymandering law is, but good Lord, man, that's a good way to put that into perspectives here. Meddling, Jerry. I would say this though, with Jerry Jones talking about that the tight ends not the tight ends, but the offensive line got to maintain their blocks and sustain their blocks, and the difference is between the Ravens system and the Cowboys system. We don't have a system, for one. We don't have strategy and schemes to put things together, for two. Talent, we can talk about talent. We can talk about the agility and the ability of these particular players. But there are some things that we got to say to ourselves that when you have coaching raises the talent level of said players. Just like I said before, in the 90s, list me the number one draft pick on that front five. List me who was our number one draft pick, who was drafted in the first round on their front five. I need to know. Can y'all point out that person, or was talent elevated by coaching? And we can go all across all of the NFL on teams that's good, and they know how to get the most out of their players. But somehow, in Cowboys world, Aaron D says nobody. Nobody, baby. And all across the world, we can look at this and say to ourselves, the Dallas Cowboys are the only team in the National Football League that only leans on talent versus scheme, schematics, however you want to say it, strategy, etc. Come on with it.
Although you've got to have young talent, as I've said. Derrick Henry didn't fit because principally of managing the cap, in anticipation of the players that we were going to sign weeks later, or anticipation of the players we're going to be signing in the future.
Jerry Jones here on 105.3.
Y'all do know that we're paying $5.5 million. And I ain't going to say the name of the player, but they haven't even been activated the entirety of this particular year. And that's only about $1.5 million more than what Derrick Henry would have been willing to accept. And let me know whether or not you would like one or the other, right? But we are literally abusive with our way that we handle the business end of it. And we got to say this to ourselves that, come on, man, money, salary cap, all of those things could have been very much so avoided if you were to pay the players earlier. It's not rocket scientists, man. Come on. Come on with it, man. It's crazy.
You're the fan. Jerry, I thought Mike was very detailed yesterday in his bye-week recap. Can you tell us from your perspective some of the things you guys really wanted to refocus or address during the bye week?
Well, we need to really, from every one of us, need to evaluate where we made decisions we'd like to have back. And I'm talking about every one of us. I have to do it all the time. And so Mike has to do that from his standpoint. He said that yesterday. And then he has to ask each player, let's sit down and see what we can do. Players, when they want to work on something, they usually go out with the help of a teammate or sometimes with the help of the entire defense if you're an offensive player. And you work on what it is you're short on. I remember DeMarcus Ware used to stay out after practice with our tackles. Not for DeMarcus, but for the tackles' benefit of being able to basically get out, quote, take his steps, stay keep his knees bent, and basically be able to handle the Marcus Ware. Those guys worked on those kinds of things. They do it now. They just need more of it.
Jerry Jones joining us here on 105 Through the Fan. Jerry, you got San Francisco coming up this week, and they've obviously been a thorn in the side for you guys. Is this a game you would consider a measuring stick type game or a must-win game potentially for where you guys are at this season?
Listen, we're 3-3, and we all saw it, and we know how we ended up beating Cleveland. We know what we didn't do against New Orleans. We know what we did do against Pittsburgh. You can take all of that. You know, all that counts is what we're doing out here next week in San Francisco and the games after that. Can we be a better team? Can we be, let's say, have better field position in the overall schemes? I'm not talking about really being out on the field. But can we get ourselves where we don't have some things happen to us like happened to us the other day and we get run out of the stadium? Yes, we can. Of course we can. And I remember when I changed.
Story time.
And went to Jason Garrett.
Jason
and
Garrett.
We were 1-7. And basically we had the same difference in the score against Green Bay. It was exactly the same difference as against.
Jesus, this is your humble servant, Lord. There's clearly been a miscommunication, Jesus. Just saying this burden is a little bit too heavy for your servant, Lord. I'm just saying, Jesus, my cup runneth over, Lord, is what I'm saying. There you go. Thing is, I ain't even thirsty, Jesus, not a little bit. You can take this whole cup, the pitcher, all of it, Jesus.
A win is a win. Our most dominant win this year was week 1. And as a diehard Cowboy fan, I'm not going to take that away from us. What our second win was? The Giants, right? And we were in a damn dogfight with those boys. We was in a dogfight with them. Right? It went down to one possession, right? We beat the Giants. Let's be real with that, right? If they had Darnell Jones, maybe we lose that game. I don't know. But the good Lord, they had Daniel Jones, baby. Come on with it. When we stopped the run, we did our job, but it's the damn Giants. We saw what happened to them, what the Eagles just did to them, right? They couldn't even score a damn point. And then we beat the Steelers. It was a good game. A good game. Number 1 defense in the National Football League. But I'm going to be real, man. Justin Field couldn't hit water if he fell off a boat. And if they had that damn Sierra husband in that game, the entirety of the game, oh, Lord, oh, Lord. We'd be talking and singing a different tune. Just being realistic with you all. But I ain't going to take away the wins. 3-3 is something that we can stand firm on. But that is definitely not solid ground, ladies and gentlemen. It's definitely not solid ground. It's not. And what I'm saying is we got a little grace to be 3-3 right now. There are ultimately other teams that's more talented in certain factors that we can look at, like the Bengals to a degree, like who's more talented to a degree and not hurt. There's other teams that's out there that's not hurt and they got a worse records than us. But right now we ain't trying to do that. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to say, all right, it's a blessing that we got these 3 wins. Let's go out there and find ways to make this team even better. We got identifiable issues on the run game situation. We even had Hall of Famers like a Troy Aikman and beyond talking about our wide receivers that we need help. The name of the game is making sure that you get in front of this before it's too late. Sidney Jones says bad GMs, lazy coaching, and minimum efforts from players is a lot to overcome. We got 11 weeks to clean it up, and that's the reality of the situation. And you are not lying at all.
He ain't lying.
Come on with it. Because before I hit play again, I just want to show y'all that I ain't crazy with what I'm saying. Granted, we have injuries. We the 31st ranked defense. We are the 28th ranked offense. 7th. Even our special teams is going backwards, right? Because at one point in time, we was number 2, number 3, respectfully. Now we're 7th ranked in special teams, right? 28 ranked overall. I know it's not time to hit the panic button or anything like that, but at some point, at some time, you got to make sure that you remove the excuses. That's what the Ravens did. They removed their excuses by going out there and grabbing a Derrick Henry. Yes, their quarterback is not getting paid peanuts over there. That makes and hope it makes and it opens up everything else for the wide receiver to the quarterback. On a natural day, I don't foresee Lamar Jackson throwing 5 touchdowns for 330 yards. Why is that able for him? Why is it a possibility for him? You know why? Because they load in the box. They got one-on-ones to the outside. Did y'all see that touchdown pass? Did you see a safety over the top? No. They trying to load the box to stop the run. And then they're second guessing. Even if they shoot their gaps too quickly, you still got to maintain Lamar Jackson running it himself. Strategy. And we picking up guys, man, you know, they're doing Uber and Lyft and dropping out packages. And nothing wrong with that. You make your bread. UFL, heroes, all-stars, you know. And we supposed to make a difference with those boys. Like I said earlier this morning, we could have got Matthew Judon for dog food money, right? And still said, hey, Marshawn Nealon, now you can learn behind him. We're going to still insert and fit you in. The moment Sam Williams went down, that should have been the moment. Even when Mike Zim was saying that, hey, he's 70 to 75% of the game plan. Let one of y'all lose 70 to 75% of your income in your household. 82% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Lose 70 to 72% or 75% of income in your household. There may be some jobs that you don't want to do, but you'll be saying paper or plastic if you really want to put food on the table. You're not going to sit back and say, well, hey, I'm just going to stay still and hope that another opportunity will come my way. No, you're going to be out there, hey, super salad, hey, paper or plastic, what you want? That's the reality of it. But we sit back in comfort and say, all right, cool, we okay. Slug says, oh, no, we'd be homeless around here. Yeah. So that's the picture. Jerry Jones is untapped or not intapped with with what the NFL is all about. It's not for long. '49ers are on the phone right now looking for wide receivers. Debo, hey, you got the pneumonia and stuff like that. Hey, we pray and hope Debo is okay. Brandon Ayuk, he's gone for the season. They on the phone. Sutton from Denver. Hey, we circling back the blocks. They're not looking for somebody from the UFL. Yeah, and they 3-4.
Detroit. And we go up to New York and we win that game the week we changed out the coaching. Now, I've regretted making that change, just so you know. If I had that to do over again, I might not have done it. What I'd love to have done is sit down and talk to Wade when Wade came in and said, "I need to, we needed better defense. I need to find me a defensive coordinator, and I'm the best defensive coordinator I know."
Oh,
But
really?
he is, because all he did was go over to Denver, and I've never heard this in the NFL, but people around the league said they won that Super Bowl because of coaching, Wade Phillips.
Jerry. See, I made sure I had virgin ears to this interview. I only heard snippets on the first part of it. But Jerry dropped the real jewels and rubies. Oh, my God. I've been saying it. Don't y'all know, man? You know, I've been saying that for years. Wade was the reason why Denver won that Super Bowl. He's the reason why when the Rams went to the Super Bowl, he was on that team too. Wade. All they had to do was be real with themselves instead of playing political football. Wade ain't no. Believe it or not, I got a chance to talk to Wade before. He ain't no alpha dude like that. He's more like a controllable Mike, McCarthy a little bit. They kind of got the same disposition a little bit. Wade would have understood 1,000,000% if Jerry would have said, "You know what? I've seen Sean Payton leave, who was the guy that I thought for sure could be a difference maker here, and I don't want that to happen again with Jason Garrett being the young phenom that he may be." And on top of that, how crazy this world is, Jason Garrett was hired so that he will not go to the Ravens. And the Ravens ended up getting the Harbaugh brother. But what I'm saying is, all Jerry had to do was just be a man and just say, "Hey, you know what? I'm the owner, general manager, Tupac and Biggie. I'm all of those guys. I will tell you this right here. I'm the alpha and omega here. What I'm going to tell you right now is that Jason Garrett is going to be my head coach, and Wade Phillips, I'm going to pay you as much as a head coach to be my defensive coordinator." We would have been okay with that. We would have understood. I don't think that Wade Phillips would have been like, "Damn, dog, you going to do me like that?" Because Wade Phillips is a hell of a genius with his mindset.
And I let him out of here just because of that. Now, we did win the next game from that standpoint after having the same kind of spread that we had the week before here. So those are just the kind of experiences that make you know that you can make these decisions, but there's a good chance that you're making it and you should have gone the other way. Now, what you have to do is take those bad decisions and bust your butt and get out and make those better or good decisions when you've made them and you look back and say, "I wish I'd gone the other way." You got to do something about them if you can. Wise man told me one time.
What did wise man
the
say?
man upstairs didn't make it to where most people make decisions about 50-50. It's what you do with the bad decisions and what you do with the good decisions that's a differentiator.
Who's that wise
Jerry,
man?
you talk about San Francisco and this game coming up this weekend.
Who's
you
that
do have,
wise
it
man?
sounds like the 49ers are going to be missing several key contributors, Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey, potentially Deebo Samuel. How do those players missing from San Francisco change your standards, if at all, for what you want to see from your team against them?
Well, first of all, not having really outstanding players is absolutely a part of the NFL. That's part of having a team. There's very few, if any, that I can recall that haven't had major injury adjustments as you go along. That's just like being a boxer and stepping up there and getting jabbed. You know you're going to get jabbed and going to get hit on the nose many times. Well, injuries are a part of that. You have to have the depth. You have to have the readiness to overcome those injuries, or at least be.
Say what y'all want, but we ain't the damn Chiefs on stopping the run, by the way. We don't have a Christopher Jones. We don't have the kid what's the kid from Missouri, the damn linebacker that go every blade of grass and their safety come down and hit and field. We don't have that here, right? But what I can tell you is that they are solid. And then George Karlaftis. Oh, my God, George Karlaftis. Look, we don't have that here. We don't have that here. Let's be real. We don't have that here. And Jordan Mason, last I checked, is top 4 or damn near top 3 in rushing in the National Football League. Now, if we somehow can stop Jordan Mason, from running the rock, because their philosophy, fit, and scheme is still there. It's still there. Nick Bolton, appreciate you, man. Thank y'all. So what I'm saying is, don't take it lightly. Not saying that we're going to end up losing, because I always going to have us beating the 49ers. I don't give a damn. But let's not take it lightly. They still got the 2 running backs, Gerardo, whatever you say that kid's name. That boy fast. That boy, what he runs in the 40. I seen that kid get to the edge. I said, good Lord. Yeah. And I'm old enough to remember Nelson Aguilar for the for the Ravens to kill us on the edge. We used to make fun at Nelson Aguilar and them. And we seen Tim Patrick shine on us. So it's not about the names of the players. No, it's not about the names of the players. Shoot. Scheme, fit, and system. Player responsibility. Yeah, he fast. He cut the lights off and he be in bed before dark. That's how fast he is. I said, God dog, that kid fast, So, Jerry and front office and staff, y'all better not be looking at it like, this is going to be a layup for us. Who's old enough to remember C.J. Anderson? That was a whole different regime. And we were talking about Todd Gurley and them, and C.J., we was like, who? C.J., yeah, refrigerator with legs. He's still running on the Cowboys.
Competitive to be satisfied in the mirror or be satisfied for our fans. So I really don't think that San Francisco should be looked at as what they don't have. Now,
What's your point?
If they were weak, we thought Detroit was weak in the secondary.
Woo!
So we came out firing at the secondary.
That
was our game plan.
Who? That was your game plan?
What's your point?
You thought that Detroit, with the number 2, number 3 defense, respectfully, was weak in their secondary? They safeties, their strength. Let me continue to sip my coffee, man.
What's your point?
Fire at the secondary. Had you had it to do over again, you might have done it a different way. Against San Francisco, I don't know.
What's their weakness? Tell me.
Apart from just one-on-one areas of both sides, defense, offense, relief, and special teams, how we will address they've got young players or new players at that position. And it could affect you, but in general, that's San Francisco we're playing out there. And you're right, they've put it on us the last several times.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Jones here on Sean and RJ, or RJ and RJ, 105.3 The Fan, as Choppy would like it to be renamed.
They don't even put Bobby's name in there. Hey.
What's your point?
Hey, man, we thought we'd take the number 1 defense in the National Football League and say, hey, their secondary is where it's weak at. Yeah, branching them, Yeah, we can cook their secondary. That's where they weak at, y'all. That's where they weak at. They got the number 1 defense in the National Football League. We thought that, hey, if we chip away their weakness, then we can utilize that in the proper way. Mike McCarthy thought that by running them damn vanilla plays, didn't give us a motion, didn't give us a half pre-snap or nothing, Yeah, he said that was the game. Look, man, I can't. Hey, man, sometimes I'm laughing to keep from crying. Oh, my gosh. Didn't even try to isolate. That was the game plan, Jerry. Yeah. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, my God. Good. Oh my! I can't make. You know, I was watching some film, and it came across my screen. It was like how petty Dan Campbell was. You know, when they went into their victory formation, them rascals, they call in Dan Skipper to be an eligible player. Shit, just to rub it in on us, man. And I didn't catch the shade until, like, you know, it was revealed. I was looking at some film. I said, damn. Boy, we the laughing stock of the NFL. Now, what I would love for Mike McCarthy to do heading into this game versus the 49ers, because if Kittles put F Dallas, because I took it personally last year, I was pissed off. Ooh, I was so pissed off last year versus that 49ers game. Oh, my God, I was pissed off. I was even mad at Michael Parsons for swapping jerseys. Who remembered? I was mad. I'm like, damn, dog, you could at least do that with the pillow talk stuff, man. Shoot, you didn't have to let us know that you wanted Christian McCaffrey jersey that bad or whatever it was. He did the jersey swap. And Kittles had to F Dallas all over his shirt or what have you. And Michael Parsons had the damn jersey in the background on the Bleacher Report on his podcast. And I was so pissed off at Michael Parsons. And then he said, laugh now, cry later, and we'll see y'all in the postseason, something like that. And we couldn't even get beyond Green Bay. I need for us to have snake venom versus the damn 49ers. Snake venom. I need for us to be all 53 players up under their shirts need to have F-Niners. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they need to lift up their shirt and say F-Niners. All 53 of them need to have their shirt up under there. But then again, now that I said it that way, maybe they would like to have that, though. No. Bang, bang. Maybe Bang, Bang would like that, though. I don't know about that. But still, put F-Niners.
Jerry, what did you think of Troy Aikman's wide receiver comments about route running? And in y'all's film study, did you see any of that and agree with any of what Troy said?
Troy knows football. My goodness, he lives it. When he was here, he's one of the most astute and hardworking people I've ever seen at evaluating tape or looking at how a team is playing. Troy's credible, boy, and should be. And not only that, you can imagine he's not just interested in taking a whack at the Cowboys. He feels as much or more than anybody does about the Cowboys. He's very professional. I think he's very fair. And certainly you can look at what we've been doing. You can look at such things as the separation compared to other teams. That's that analytics that you work with today. But fundamentally, I was talking with Mike, and our players need to work on, when they've got tight coverage, they need to work on pushing on through physical contact, pushing on through it. Now, that's just an example. That's not the only thing. But I'm pretty confident that we've got the ability to coach, and we've got some receivers that take the coaching and can improve. That's the big thing, improve.
Jerry, Amari Cooper was traded.
That boy danced all around that, but, you know, just to be fair, Kevontae Turpin, my guy, you know. I'm rooting for Kevontae Turpin. I'm calling him the secret sauce, the secret weapon of this entire game. I think if it's anyone that can take the top off the defense, it should be him. It should be him. And let me read the super chat. But I really hope that the Cowboys understand that. Not many people can go stride for stride with him on a consistent basis. Put him in motion, then send him up on the 9. Put him in motion, send him up on a deep 7 or deep post. You know, put him on a drag. I know you got to have time and space for that, but the damn DB, the DB ain't gonna be sitting there like I'm gonna wave him off every time. Maybe it's a slip. Maybe it's a stumble. You know, it's not like the 49ers undefeated right now. It's not like they're 6-0 or 7-0. You know, they're 3-4. It pissed me off, Law, because I see it all the time how other players be punking the team and nothing happens. They need to be aggressive and stand tall with it. I mean, don't help up not a single 49er guy. Don't stand too much over them. Don't get no costly penalty, but don't treat them like they bad news. Don't be like requesting to DM them after the game or what have you. Don't even try to attempt to swap the damn jerseys. Don't do none of that stuff. They bashed us last time. Fred Warner was on his podcast with his boo thing, and they were talking bad shit about us. That pisses me off, you know. So we need to be looking at this game as the 49ers are public enemy number one. And the all-time record speaks that. They are still rivalries. I hated the fact that just because they won the last 3 or 4, all of a sudden a few Niner people talking about, yeah, man, we should not even be in the conversation of rivalry. Because a rivalry is supposed to be you win one, we win one. You win one, we win. No. I think can somebody put the all-time record down in the chat? 49ers versus the Cowboys. It's still almost neck and neck. They ain't pulling off from us. Yeah. And all I'm saying is no shade at Parsons too, by the way. I respect his podcast. I respect his hustle. But now is not the time, you know. Jeez. You know. Now we win, you can do all of the talking. You know, just like sounds of the sideline. We'll listen to the sounds of the sideline when we win. But when we lose, don't be doing that. You know, Michael says 2019-1, I think. Yeah. And Slug says 2019. Let's be 2020. Yeah, let's tie this thing up. I don't give a damn who hurt or who's not in there for them. Yeah. I saw a Komodo dragon eat a baby goat on the Discovery Channel. The goat must have slipped and hurt his leg or something. The Komodo dragon said, yeah. Who cared about us losing 7 players versus the damn Detroit last week? Had 6 or 7 starters. Did any of these announcers brought that up? Hey, man, they without D-Law and Parsons. They didn't give a damn. Who cared when we was out there with on a few guys? People getting hurt left and right. They don't care when we lose out on our players. They still want the results. No flowers for the Niners.
This past week, I know that it's a different year. Supply and demand is obviously different. But when a guy gets traded, a guy that you have previously traded, do you ever take a step back, compare compensation? Is there anything you can learn from compensation packages from trades around the league, especially when there is a similarity like the Amari trade?
Yeah, absolutely I can. We went for the dollars. When we traded Amari Cooper, we saved almost $20 million for our cap and in the future. We took a lesser draft pick to get that savings. When he made...
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
What's your point?
Let me rewind. This fool, man. Wait a minute. Why nobody tweeted this one out?
Physical contact, pushing on through it. Now, that's just an example. That's not the only thing. But I'm pretty confident that we've got the ability to coach, and we've got some receivers that take the coaching and can improve. That's the big thing, improve.
Rewind.
Jerry, Amari Cooper was traded this past week. I know that it's a different year. Supply and demand is obviously different. But when a guy gets traded, a guy that you have previously traded, do you ever take a step back, compare compensation? Is there anything you can learn from compensation packages from trades around the league, especially when there is a similarity like the Amari trade?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me hear him again.
We went for the dollars. When we traded Amari Cooper, we saved almost $20 million.
Cooper. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say,
I am.
I am.
That was by far one of the coldest lines in that movie. Because he was just sitting there chilling, you know. He was just sitting there chilling and just walking through there. And they thought that they had the Hulk or what have you. But, you know, it is what it is. Destiny is here. Now I'm here. The craziest thing of it all, ladies and gentlemen, is what did that money do for you? You saved that $20 million and you put $50 million on Michael Gallup. Now, if the person that's interviewing him brings that up, he may flip out again. Now, I haven't heard from this part, but if that person...
But what is your counter?
If that person bring that up, he would never have to eat again in Dallas. Bet it. Hey, whatever he want to eat, he just say, hey, Law, hey, I'm hungry again, and I give him about a budget of $25 a day. If he say...
But what is your counter? What is your damn counter?
If he say, but with that $20 million, you put 50 of it on Michael Gallup. If he say that, now we working with something. Let's see. And then he went and got a 5th round draft pick. Let me see. And we signed, don't y'all understand, with Amari Cooper's money, we signed Michael Gallup. Y'all do know that during the time frame that Michael Gallup was here in Dallas, y'all are aware that Michael Gallup was hurt more than Amari Cooper. For those who say, yeah, you know, Amari Cooper is always hurt guy. You know, that was a narrative that was pushed by this same station on 105.3 The Fan, right? On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, they paid Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup after he was hurt, expecting him to have a speedy recovery. I can't make this stuff up. Let me see.
For our cap and in the future. We took a lesser draft pick to get that savings. When he made this move the other day, Cleveland went for more draft pick and less savings. It was very simple.
Jerry, when you look at the injuries situation with Micah Parsons and Deron Bland, do you anticipate having either one of those?
You didn't do no counter.
What is your counter? What is your damn
and
counter?
we can't tell.
You didn't do no counter.
Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
You had him.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me.
You had him right there in the crosshair.
Killing me, man.
You had him.
This is not.
You had him right there. That was the haymaker. You wouldn't even switch the damn subject to Michael Parsons. Come on, you had him right there. He was against the ropes. He had the weak chin. Oh my goodness, man!
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
He was scrambling. He was scraping. You could have just laid him out right there. Yeah, you could have hit him with the. Oh my goodness.
You previously traded. Do you ever take a step back, compare compensation? Is there anything you can learn from compensation packages from trades around the league, especially when there is a similarity like the Amari trade?
Yeah, absolutely I can. We went for the dollar. When we traded Amari Cooper, we saved almost $20 million for our cap and in the future. We took a lesser draft pick to get that savings. When he made this move the other day, Cleveland went for more draft pick and less savings.
Shame.
It was very simple.
Shame.
Jerry,
Shame.
when you look at the injuries situation with Micah Parsons and Deron Bland, do you anticipate having either one of those guys available for San Francisco this weekend?
Yeah, and you can't
Swallow that.
This brother running away. Shit. This brother running like you say, Bo ain't got nothing on him, man. Come on. Oh my God, Jerry nonsense and the Cowboy threaten their jobs, Law. You know they're gonna ask these soft questions for the rest of the season. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that, man. And like I say, man, 82% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So you're right. Damn, you're right. Cause that would have hurt. That would have hurt. Thank you for the super chat, J Diz. That would have brought Jerry to his knees, boy. Jerry would have been.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Yeah, that would have brought him to his knees.
tell today. I visited right before we came on with our trainers, and we've got to see how they're playing, how they're running, how they exercise or the running of the prior day, how they're affected the next day. We're not going to be able to tell their availability until right at game time, in my view.
Jerry, I'm interested in asking you about Tom Brady ownership. A lot of talk about conflict of interest. Are you going to be paranoid?
Man, nobody give a damn about Tom Brady. I mean, come on, man. Who gives a damn about Tom Brady? Look, man, come on, man. Let me fast forward this.
We're going forward. When I extended Dak.
Okay, let me go right here.
When
Rewind.
I the game, I would bet my life that he will be not only responsible, but he'll be honorable. And there's no question in my mind he will be. And so I don't have the sensitivity of him talking to our coaches around the league and giving the Raiders an ultimate big edge. I don't see that.
Jerry, last question for you. With the trade deadline coming up in a couple of
Okay,
weeks,
good.
I know
Come
everyone's always talking to you about buying and buying and buying, but if the next couple of weeks don't go as you'd like, is there a possibility that maybe you would consider going the other direction and trying to get some value for the future and taking on the role of a seller?
Come on.
Yeah, I don't see anything
Come on.
that would impact us in any way. I made the decision of how we're going. We made the decision of how we're going forward when I extended Dak and when I signed CD. And so that should have and does put you in a direction that you're going. So that if you see us moving in any way by chance during this trade deadline, trading somebody, that would be because that we are going in a different direction with defense, offense, whatever you want to do. Obviously, we're going in different directions than we did with Quinn in a small part. And so the same skill, the same player might not work as well in what we want to do with Zimmer as we do as we had when we had Quinn. And you also see the very obvious. You better be thinking about what you want to look like 3 and 4 years from now when you pick up a player or make a big trade or you draft somebody. You better adapt it to where you're going to go. For instance, has anybody thought about that if you're going to invest a huge amount of money in a running back, you better be planning on running the ball. Running the ball. Okay. If, for instance, we wanted to balance it more, then you might not have had as much emphasis on the running back. And so that's just one of the many issues that comes through your mind. And you got to get that straight before you make these decisions that take a lot of space out of your cap for the next 3 or 4 years. So all of that goes into it.
Just because you pay for a player doesn't mean that said player got to do what you said that you only paying him for. This is a team sport. And let me break this down in smaller terms. Just because I gave CeeDee Lamb $130 million doesn't mean that I disregard Cooks, Turpin, Fergs, right? Just because I gave Dak Prescott $250 million doesn't mean that I want him to throw it, and not run it because you're not paying the running back stuff. That got to be the most insane, idiotic logic ever known. You know, the reason why Derrick Henry is running the damn ball, not because they paid him to get over there. It's because it's the obvious thing to do. Lamar Jackson proved that he can't win it by his damn self. That's why he's 2-4 in the postseason. So what the hell did the Ravens do? They said, let's alleviate the bull sugar and give Lamar Jackson options to make it comfortable so that he can throw 5 touchdowns. They went toe-to-toe with their nemesis, the Chiefs, right? Game 1, I believe. Isaiah likely was almost inbounds, right? The Chiefs is on borrowed time, by the way. They're winning in spite of, I hate to say this, in spite of Pat Mahomes. Because it's an ultimate football team of team sport. If Pat Mahomes was on any other team, if Pat Mahomes was on the Dallas Cowboys, playing the way he's playing, we may not win a game still. It could be still the same situation and scenario. And I know some people are going to be like, nah, you hating on the great Pat Mahomes. He got 3 rings, and I know it sounds blasphemous. But you can't lead the league in INTs without a known injury, right, and still win games. But Pat Mahomes figured out a way because it's an ultimate team sport, not an individual. Ice Cold Cowboy says Kareem Hunt looked rejuvenated. Yeah, he does. J. Diz says, so basically we paid Dak and CeeDee instead of taking accountability of lack of GM's abilities, blaming them. The Joneses got to go, Law. Yeah, they got to go, man. They got to go, man.
This last one is a selfish question for us to try to make some money. Jerry, would you, being the marketing genius that you are, would you rename this show the Yahoos or the Tribunal?
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I love the lightness of the Yahoo aspect of it. I really do. I really do. Humor or lightness in my life has been vital. Because when you get in tough spots or when you get in tough angst, a little humor at the right time in the foxhole is some good stuff. I love the job that y'all do.
Hey, them dudes. Okay, all right. Jerry still paid us this week, man. Oh, my gosh, man. It's crazy. It's flat out crazy, y'all. The Cowboys will be facing the San Frans, who's 3-4 right now, coming off of a loss. There are reports that they are willing to move on from Kyle Shanahan. Some of the fan bases want them to move on from Kyle Shanahan. Show me in the chat if you guys feel the same, that like Kyle Shanahan should go. Or what y'all want Kyle Shanahan here? You know, they are 3rd overall, 2nd in offense, 10th in defense, special team 19th. With them, they do have a slew of injuries. From what I'm hearing from Niners land is that they want Ben Johnson. You know, they want the Ben. So a lot of people looking at the Ben Johnson situation as He is the golden boy for the 2025 season. And, hey, you know, it is what it is. Jerry Jones punking them boys? Yeah, he is, y'all. Hey, Law, can you get Jerry on your show? I wish I could. Jerry, who would look down and he say, man, I ain't finna talk. He damn near talk to them. I know he ain't gonna talk to no damn brother on the mic. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna talk to no damn brother. He gonna be like, hell no. He might hit me with the okie doke. You know, so hell no. Jerry ain't coming on this damn show. No way. No way, no how. You know, he barely can talk to my guy Clarence. But it is what it is. Jerry Jones. Victor says he would take Kyle Shanahan with the quickness. Yeah. It is what it is. Jerry say, what's your point? Shit. Yeah, Jerry, you coming on the show?
What's your point?
Shit. He ain't coming on my damn show. First option is, man, the first conversation, why you treating my guy like that? Why you treating the brother like that? Jerry, what's the brother? Well, why you treating Will like that? Will McClay deserve more than this.
What's your point?
Shit. Jerry, me and Jerry go hang out and drink together. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. You know, I try to introduce Jerry to some Hennessy. You know, some white hand, get off that Johnny Walker Blue, but that's about it. And yeah, he would say, yeah.
Get your damn act together.
I doubt if Jerry will ever talk to a brother like that, you know, face to face. We will come back at him with some heat. But it is what it is. That's his law. He'll be a huge. It'll be his law.
This is where we hold them.
But Jerry Jones is Jerry Jones, man. Get him some Mad Dog 2020. Yeah. All right, so it's 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock now. And we talked bad enough about Jerry, but I have to bring this up right quick. The Lions wide receiver, Jameson, not the whiskey, but Williams, is facing a 2-game suspension for violating NFL performance-enhancing substance as PES policy, sources told ESPN. Now, do that take away some of the sting versus the doggone Detroit? Is he the only one? Like, he's the only one doing like, let me take some of these right quick. Or is it somebody else right next to him helping them pour it? You know, so is he the only one doing this, or the other players on the team doing this, or he's by himself? He's a rogue wide receiver out there only taking the performance enhancement stuff. You know, let me know in the comment box, because at this point there is a situation and scenario that we have to say that the Joneses, not the Joneses, but the Cowboys defense versus him could be in a situation where he was cheating. He was cheating, y'all. Yeah, let me know. Before we open up the phone lines, we got a super chat. Let me fix this up right quick. Appreciate y'all. Remember when CD was on Micah Parsons' podcast and he had made the comment that our offense needed to be more explosiveness? Even he knew he wasn't enough. Yeah, he wasn't enough. He's not enough. Well, Lord, what all we need? We need weapons, man. Shoot. Even Michael Irvin had Alvin Harper to step up and do something, right? Come on with it. You need another extension. People are acting like Jalen Tolbert, this is his rookie year. Shoot. Jalen Tolbert been in the league for about 3-4 years now. You know, he's a veteran now at this point. A rookie veteran. Yeah, that's who he is right here. Yeah. Let me see what Dez Bryant said.
Or you make no attempt to run the football because you know you don't have guys that are capable of running the football.
Dez Bryant retweeted this, so I know it got some substance to it. Can't show y'all a video, but I can give you audio.
More you talk, Jerry, the worse it's going to get, because everybody's seeing what Derrick Henry is doing. That's really not their offense. They like to have their backs in the offset.
Amen.
In his own read scheme. They found a situation. They put his heels at 8 yards. They'll either hand it to him or toss it to him, Ricard leading the way. It's really simple, Jerry.
Yep.
It just lets me know you know very little about the game of football.
It's actually worse than that, Shannon.
Listen properly.
It's worse than that because he's trying to justify the unjustifiable.
Yes.
Derrick Henry is religiously recognized as one of the elite running backs in the game of football, and he's a bell cow. He carries the ball. When you put him behind in your backfield, you take pressure off your quarterback, and you
Reason why I said Dez Bryant, because Dez Bryant retweeted this message right here. And I love listening to Dez Bryant's thoughts on all of this. And Greg Berry, you're right, ESPN sucks. But like I said, that trash can get a steak here and there. And it'd be not responsible for us to listen to only one side of the scale and tilt the scale of balances and listen to both sides.
Free him up to be even better than what we anticipate he would be. If anybody needed that assistance, it was going to be somebody like Dak Prescott. At the present moment, let me remind everybody about these Cowboys. Rushing offense, dead last. Yards per rush, dead last. Offensive turnovers, 30th. Red zone offense, 30th. There's no excuse. How could you possibly justify a dude that lives in Dallas in the offseason, works out in Dallas in the offseason, publicly declared he wanted to be a Cowboy, knowing that you have Dak Prescott to pay $60 million to. You got CeeDee Lamb to pay about $34 to $35 million to. And this brother was available for anywhere from $6 to $8 million. And you didn't even talk to him. And then to go out there publicly and trying to explain it, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And I'm telling you right now, there have been people throughout the years, all of us included at one point in time and another, no matter how much love I have for them, we all said somebody else needs to be running football operations for the Dallas Cowboys. There has never been a soundbite, in my estimation, that has emanated out of the mouth of Jerry Jones that has indicted himself to such a degree that it made you say even more, somebody else needs to be running the franchise. Because to say what he said about Derrick Henry literally makes him look like he doesn't know football. And I'm not accusing him of not knowing football, because I thought he's put together a damn good rosters for the Dallas Cowboys over the years. But this statement and this explanation for Derrick Henry is more indictable against Jerry Jones, more self-inflicting against him than anything that has come out of his mouth.
Now it's time for me to give my counter, you know.
But what is your counter? What is your damn counter?
Over the course of the years, ladies and gentlemen, nothing changed. This been the same way for over the last 10 to 15 years or more. There's nothing new under this particular sun. It's just that right now it's being revealed to the 3-letter and the 4-letter networks. That's just what it is. Show me a year and I'll break it down. Can somebody put that down in the chat? Because even when we had Zeke and Tony Pollard, there was no splitting of the running back situation. It was to run Zeke until his tongue was hanging out, and then you inserted Tony Pollard. It wasn't like even the kind of caliber of scheme that you are seeing from the Detroit Lions. You can literally argue 2021 that you can say, well, hey, that's all of the weapons, man. We had Dak Prescott. You had Amari Cooper, and on top of that, Lamb. Those were a lot of weapons, a lot of what you're talking about. Off of a hope and prayer that your quarterback was going to be able to walk on water. That was still the big unknown with the tight end room, because we know Dalton Schultz, yeah, he showed up in that year. But at the end of the day, that was just hopes and prayers. Most quarterbacks, by the way, don't come off or back from those type of injuries, a la Alex Smith. Just name the year. I'm going to point it out. See, we get satisfied with a few moves. And we say, yeah, the Cowboys got the most loaded roster. And yes, we go off of Pro Bowl selections, but not knowing that that is basically just notoriety type of polls. Popular vote type of polls. Also, we had pre-injury Gallup and Cedric Wilson. Cedric Wilson is so good that he's not even visible on any team that he's playing for right now. And that's my guy, Cedric. See how that goes? We will have one thing and not another. The moment we will have something halfway situated together, it's time for us to get rid of. 2021, literally, people fail to realize we blew that up at the end of the year. 2022 was a whole different situation. Every other team, they go out there and they make sure that their head is on a swivel, they rebuild, they recoup, and they get things going. To my Eagles fans that's watching right now, they regroup. They understand they are having similar, not same, but similar on a smaller production level of what we are able to see from what the Ravens are doing, but they just don't have the play calling design over there in Eagles land. They are having a similar situation with Saquon Barkley. How many yards did Saquon put up? And look, we arguing over Rico. They went and got a Saquon. No, I can't make this stuff up. And their quarterback getting paid $250 million. And both of their wide receivers is getting paid north of $25 million. The tight end is getting paid high dollar amount, 14 something. And they went out and got a Bryce Huff or whatever his kid's name is over there. That kid name is 175 yards. Zeke and Rico averaging 2 yards per total. And that's who we fighting over. You know, I'm awake, are you? He said, come on over, Law. The only way I go over to the Eagles fans is I'm going to poison your water, pillage your land, and paint that entirety green and whatever white y'all off color is, silver and blue. They also rumored the trade for D-Hop, Law. Yeah, it's a big, tall order, a task to get a D-Hop over here. Even though D-Hop wanted to be in the Cowboys land. Yeah. Cry, Eagles, cry. Look at all the Eagles fans in there. Them Giants fans disappeared, didn't they? We just got Eagles in Washington. Where the Washington people at? I know y'all still watching. But at the end of the day, let's get this show on the road, man, and see if we can get this thing going. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll open up the phone lines at this time. But before we open up the phone lines, hey, if there is a rewind button, let's talk about it.
There are times in life you wish you had a do-over. If you're in a wreck, make the smart choice right away. Frenkel and Frenkel, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt. Call Frenkel and Frenkel. Let that be the first thing on your mind, especially if you have slip and falls at work or even in the fender bender. I don't care if it's the smallest of the fender bender. Call Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyer. Just never know. You just never know. That's 817, all of the threes that's left, or that's 214, all of the threes. They have over 100 years combined experiences. Check out Frenkel and Frenkel Law Firm. Come on with it. Personal injury lawyers. They are located right here in the heart of Dallas, too, by the way. 657-390-7391. Come on with it. Yeah. A barely tap from fender to fender. I'm picking up the phone calling my lawyer. Yeah. Just never know. True story. While we letting the phone lines build up. True story. I was in a wreck about 4 or 5 years ago. Little fender bender. Got out and was like, hey, man, I'm okay. I'm all right, you know. But then like 3-4 days later, dang, my back started. I woke up, I couldn't even roll up out of the bed. Went check out the doctor. I was fooling around, let the other people go off of good faith. The doctor was like, shoot, you got all type of contusions in this. You should have always go see a doctor, man, after you in a car wreck or what have you. But most importantly, instead of you paying that bill, make sure you call Frenkel and Frenkel. I wish I had Frenkel and Frenkel number then. Yeah. Law, you think we going to beat the Niners? Yeah, Arnold. Yeah, we going to beat them. Yeah. Come on with it. From the 817, you're live on the nation, brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel Law Firm. Talk to me, man.
Hey, what's going on, Law?
Hey, man, all is well.
Man, all is well, man. I just wanted to say, man, as a child, man, I was always told a lie is told once, the truth is told over and over again.
Ooh, keep going.
And I feel like Jerry, you know, he avoiding that Derrick Henry situation, but he know what the truth is, man.
Yeah.
The truth is he made a bad judgment on that call, man. We should have went and got that boy.
Yeah.
He got a house out here. He works out here. It just made the most sense to get him out here. You know, as everybody knows, Dak needs a good run game. And
yeah, that's the type of quarterback Dak Prescott is. He's not the kind of quarterback that, and most quarterbacks are not that, you know. But I think he needs strong run game, and I think where he gets in his bag at is when he play action. Like just the other night, man, we saw Najee Harris run hard when Sierra husband was out there, and he was making all of the throws. He going through his reads.
Absolutely.
And that's who he is. That's who Russell is. Dak Prescott is a taller, bigger Russell Wilson.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. I 100% agree, man. But, you know, man, I'm looking forward to Sunday, man, when we go out there to San Fran. They are a beat-up team, man. So there's no excuses. We should get Michael back. Bland should be back in the fold.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really have a receiving core. You know, Debo will be out. Ayuk is out. I think Kittle may be out. So,
Dang.
I mean, I don't know what threat they really pose when it comes to throwing the ball. But, you know, they got that Mason guy back there who looks pretty good. They do a bunch of outside runs, C-gap runs. So, I mean, it's going to be on our edges to see if we can stop the run and do what we need to do, man. But
you know what? You know what? We need to have this rally, and I'm not rooting for a player to be suspended, but damn it, I am. Did the NFL say anything about Trent Williams? Because if he's out of this game, I'll start banging on the table saying, you can book it, we gonna win.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you remember what they did to Tristan Hill when he threw that punt?
Right.
Didn't he get suspended for a couple games or something like that?
Yeah, he did. So I need to keep it fair and balanced, man. We need to keep that same energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Trent Williams need to be suspended. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, man, I just want to tell you I appreciate you, man. I'll be watching and listening to everybody else, man. Thank you for your time.
You as well, man. Appreciate you from the 817, man. Yeah, man, I'm not campaigning, but I am. You know, I'm just calling a spade a spade. We needed Tristan Hill that next week too, and he ain't even of the kind of caliber of a Trent Williams. But we were decimated at that point, and we depleted. They start pulling up people from the practice squad to fill in that voided area, and Tristan, to that degree, was on a quasi, momentum going, even though I don't know where Tristan Hill, I think he's on the Cardinals or somebody like that now, or somebody's practice squad. But if all I'm saying to NFL, be transparent and be fair and balanced, man. So hey, it's time to suspend suspend Trent Williams. It's time for them to give us that, And I know Brock Purdy, more and more I'm hearing less and less of 49er fans saying, yeah, man, Brock Purdy better than Dak Prescott. Because they see that contract Dak got now, and they sitting there like, hey, stay in stay. They don't want that $60 million contract for Brock Purdy because his time is up now. I believe next season, you're going to have to start paying him. And Brock Purdy is going to be anywhere north of $55 million APY. So that's a whole nother conversation that we have to really consider. I got from the 205. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. What you got?
Hey, Law, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well, man.
Man, what do you think, man? We had to buy. Are you expecting us to come in Sunday night to be a different team or the same old team?
Boy, that's a loaded question, man.
I love it.
That's a loaded question. Oh my gosh, man! What do I expect? Shit. This is what I want. There's no way that Mike McCarthy, if he got any motivational bone in his body, right, he should use the words of what the 3-time Super Bowl champ with the gold jacket, Troy Aikman, said, right, and apply that to the players and say, hey, he's on the outside, we in the inside. I know our guys are running the proper routes and we are getting separation, right? Air quoting. So he should use that as motivation, right? And from the run game situation, if Jeff Blasco got a bone in his body and Mike Solari, they should be using, like, look, our owner getting his ass handed to him. Let's prove that we can run the ball too over here, right? They calling us out. Absolutely. If they have any bones in their body, man, they should approach that side and say that, yeah, the 49ers, they embarrassed us last year with the F Dallas shirt. Well, let's do F Francisco, but they get the shooting over there, so I don't want to raise the shirt up too quickly. They shoot their own. They bang on their own over there, dog.
I know that, right?
Shit. So, but I want them to bring all of that energy in San Francisco and show them that we are a different team and play like Detroit played us, motivated to win.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for the call, Law. Thanks,
hey, man. I appreciate you as well from the 205. Yeah. That's what I would do. If you asking me, I would figure out ways to find small ways to motivate this team. Yeah. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. All right. So Arnold in the chat says, well, something about, I can't find it, but he says Trent Williams was defending himself. The other guy hit him first. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah. You think Tristan Hill was just out there swinging on dude? Nah, he was defending himself. The dude pushed and hit him, and then he turned around and swinged the closed fist. You know, so was it a closed fist or was it an open hand on Trent Williams? If it's an open hand, then I'll say, okay, I'm not going to campaign for this brother to be suspended. But if it was a closed fist, then he should be suspended, regardless of the situation. Talking about defending himself. Dude, 6'10", 390 pounds, man. Yeah, he was a bully in that dude. So yeah, I think that the Cowboys, and it's always the person that respond that gets suspended too at these type of situations. I got from the 623. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, Law, can you hear me okay?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay. So I wanted to bring up scripturally speaking, Matthew 5:29. You know how it says, if your right eye causes you to sin, gouge it out.
Gouge it out.
It's better to go with one eye than the other. But what if it's your eyes, your ears, and everything around you in your decision making? Doesn't that sound like the Jones family?
Right. They're going to have to gouge out everything if that's the case. Eyes, ears, and nose. Yeah, because it's better to enter the heavens lamed or maimed to a degree than to have your eyes and ears. Because the reason why that part of the word said that is because we are only here for a vapor of seconds, right? So if you using your mind to do wrongful things, right? If you hearing wrongful things, if you seeing wrongful things, even if you tasting wrongful things, right? You only here for a vapor of seconds, but for eternity, come on, gouge those things out. So I love your point with this. Keep going, keep cooking. I loved it.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. If you are being fed into your own delusion, the most dangerous person is the person that thinks they can't do no wrong.
Right.
And I'm not saying Jerry Jones is evil by no degree, because we talked about his adulations helping out guys like Anthony Lynn, Des Bryant, and all that. But a man who thinks he can do no wrong is the epitome of evil. Because like at this point, and not that he's evil, but it's just, I would think he would have to step down, because when they say gouge your eye out, they're not talking about gouging your eye out.
Right.
They're talking about you got to take that sin seriously. You got to take those, you got to reflect on those actions and everything. But to get onto this game, I'm going to keep it short. We got to take a Steelers. Sorry, my phone slide, but to get onto this game, I think we got to play the 49ers similar to how we played the Steelers. We got to make it ugly. We got to make it physical. We got to make it rough. We got to keep everything in front of us, no yak. And just like how Mike McCarthy practices tackling drills, he's going to have to double it up on this week.
Yeah.
On this week going into that game. But other than that, that's all I have. But I just think we have to come with the mentality, because at this point, if we lose, Lord forbid, knock on wood, if we lose to the 49ers again, it's a mentality thing more than it is they're better than us. Because I feel like, I don't like to say it like this, I feel like the stakes are a lot more even on this time around with their injuries and our injuries. But that's all I have. Appreciate you, Law. You take it easy.
No doubt. So the craziest thing is, like, injuries on both sides. Shout out to you, Wade, for the 199 for your mind. The injuries are like equal. Like our injuries on defense, their injuries on offense. You get it? You know, it's like an equal injury type of thing. You know, but it doesn't make them less explosive. They still have a top 4, top 3 rusher. I think Jordan Mason is up there. Let me know, Arnold. I think you're a Niner guy. You know, Niner people call in. Let me know if Juan Jennings if he is healthy, because for the first 3 or 4 weeks he was leading all of their wide receivers in total yards. Right, he got more yards than Debo and Ayuk, and he's a physical type of wide receiver, and he's their third down machine. Right, so remember, I don't forget nothing. He called out Trayvon Diggs a couple of years ago. And he was like, well, Diggs overrated and these sorts of things. So hopefully that could be a situation and scenario that we can get things going. Arnold says that he's not healthy as well. So, damn. But y'all do got that, was it Crowning guy or whatever that dude, the speed guy. He could take the top off of the defense. I'm looking at all options versus the 49ers. Yeah. Y'all got that one kid that's really fast with the double move, and I seen him do that last week. So it's going to be one of those things. All right, let me give y'all the rundown. I got Corey, I got Officer Larkins, and then I got 100 grand, and it'll be the next three in line. So, Corey, you're live from the 443, man. Talk to me, man.
Riggs.
Let
me ask you a question, man. Okay, I know we got CD, and I know Troy blasted our wide receivers.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But what are we supposed to do? It's only CD right now. Your man, Brandon Cooks is out.
He out, yep.
Okay. Jalen Tolbert, he's trying.
Yeah, he's a trying guy, yeah.
Flournoy, we put him in, and what did he do? He catches the ball and fumbles.
Yeah, you got to get that hand to the inside.
What are our options here? Can we go get a Mike Williams? Can we? I mean, do you think Jerry's going to do something?
All right, so
if anybody in the world go listen, he listens to Troy.
Well, he will listen to Troy and to Michael Irvin to a degree, right? But here's the thing: Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, they are in love with their philosophy and their principle.
Right.
They're like raisins on the potato salad. Like, it tastes good, and they forcing you to taste it. And they value Flournoy, Brooks, Jalen Tolbert higher than any other substance that's out there right now, because the price tag and the unknown, because that's what they were talking about. Even Jerry Jones was talking about scheme is terrible, play design is terrible, the youth, the talent. Yeah, you're going to get mistakes from them, and then he hit himself up and he said, but I'd rather have them learning, right, than to go out there and bringing in a known commodity. So Jerry will ultimately value Jalen Tolbert over any wide receiver right now in the National Football League, because to him, he is the next Amari Cooper or Devontae Adams, etc. So he's not going to go out there and get anybody. So what we're going to have to do is 3 guys that must show up against the Niner gang. And I'm talking about the wide receivers, not even going to touch on the running backs right now. One of the guys that need to stand tall is, of course, CD Lamb. The other guy need to be Kevontae Turpin. I've seen with my natural eyes Kevontae Turpin take the top off of this Niners defense. And I think that he can still probably do the same. The other person will have to be Jake Ferguson. I think that those are your 3 guys that you can – with those 3, you can manipulate some things, right? The Cowboys got to learn how to do that, and unfortunately, they don't.
Well, Ferguson is a killer anyway.
Right. Ferg is a killer.
But like you said, Turpin definitely got to do something. Come on. I mean, you can't just take a punt return, a kickoff return. You got to give this man a chance. What did you get him out of the USFL for?
Right. He would be my secret sauce to the speed out that's going to take the top off the defense. My gosh, the short to intermediate area quicknesses and all of that, that will be my guy, CeeDee Lamb. And then Ferg going to be the guy that can control the middle of the field. And that will be my option as far as wide receivers. Everybody else ancillary. Everybody else will be ancillary. If we can get 3, most standards is 4 yards per carry. I know that there'll be a long shot against this particular defense. You still got Fred Warner. You still got Bosa. You still got primarily most of their defensive guys out there, right? Ward and all of those boys. So you're going to still have to play sound defense. And Collins ain't no one to sneeze at. Malik Collins that used to play for us, he ain't no one to sneeze at too. He got a little mean streak to him. So I would say if we can get 3.5, 3.5 on the ground, that's me wishing.
Who's gonna give us that 3.5 because you haven't told Dalvin Cook come on up. Why you even put this man on the practice squad? Why'd you even sign the man and you're not using him?
Yeah, that's the whole.
That don't make no. This is what I'm saying. Lord, come on, it don't make sense. I know the man is 82 years old, but you even have your homeboy.
That's all I need. I need
3.5. That's all you
3.5.
need.
I need 3.5. 3.5 from Rico with 20 carries. If he can get 3.5 with 20 carries, somebody do the quick math in the chat. If we can get 3.5 and then, give Zeke 8 to 9, maybe 10 carries, then that should be ball game. If we can get that.
Okay, but you need your 3.5, but you need more than 3.5 to do your play action for it to work.
I know, man. I'm reaching for straws right here, bro. Yeah. But I appreciate you for calling in, fam.
Thank you.
No doubt, man. That 0.5 is a very much so a reach right now, but if 3 and a possible. Oh shit. Yeah, 3 and a possible, man. That's what I need, man. Hey, come on, man. Y'all play spade. Y'all look at the cards and be like, hey, man, what you give me? And then all day you've been saying, I got you 3 books, and all you need your partner to do is give you 4. And you sitting there like, come on, man. You can't give me 3 in the push. You gonna have 3 in the push? And then sometimes you just say, hey, pluck it, man. We going 4. You know what I'm saying? We going 7. We going 7, man. We go 7, we win this game. That's where we at. I can give you 4, but can you give me 3, man? Come on, man. I can give you 4. Let's go 7. We win this game if we go 7. They win. They win if we don't. That's where we at right now, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't that right? I know he know how to play some spades from the 619. You're live on the nation. Talk to me.
What's up? What's up, Mr. Long? What's going on, my man?
All is well. Can't complain.
Oh man, I'm just cracking up. My extra guy that was just on before me said my man was 137 years old, running back on the practice squad. Man, had me cracking up, man. But so Long, I want to throw something out, man. I've been making some notes here, trying to get my act together as far as what I wanted to say. And I come down to 2 different theories, man. And it's philosophy versus reality. Philosophy versus reality. I see things from a different perspective than most fans do. I'm a reality-based guy. And I think from the ownership on down, they see things from a philosophy type. Hey, we love this guy.
Ooh, keep cooking.
I love this guy. I love what they can do. They look good and while they're doing this. It's kind of like that first girlfriend, man. You think your first girlfriend is the finest woman on the earth.
Yeah.
Till you go to that prom or till you go to that after party or whatever the case may be. And you be like, whoa. Oh, it's on. It's turned up out here. Okay. So I say all of that to say this, man. I think from this philosophy versus reality type of thing that this ownership has embraced and how they can make the better oil deal than anybody else has failed miserably. I've always been kind of lukewarm with the ownership. Okay, ownership is going to always do their thing. Right. Or whatever the case may be. But the players just got to get it done. The dudes in the locker room. But as I've been going with, on your show back and forth, as far as getting on with you and seeing the results of this mentality that we have, we failed. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones,
right,
and anybody else named there. Only thing they're good at is making a stadium and decorating the damn thing.
Oh yeah.
Because, like I say, we don't bring nothing, no substance to the table when it comes to performance, man.
Right. Ooh,
so, philosophy versus reality. Where are our dogs at? You tell me.
Overshown, but he's still a puppy right now. You know how that dog? You said, "Damn, that dog got heart."
Right now,
still a puppy.
He's still a puppy right now. Still a puppy right now. But what about CD? He's a dog.
He dog. Okay, all right, keep going.
But now I'm unlike some.
That's about it.
Everybody's but
Zeke to a degree. Zeke to a degree, but that dog don't hunt.
Hey, that dog don't hunt. That dog barks at the gate, but when you crack that gate open, his ass ain't going nowhere.
Right.
You know what Zeke is doing? He going 3.5 yards beyond that perimeter of that gate. That's it.
Yeah.
He's a dog going to chase you halfway down the street.
Halfway down the street.
Anything.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I get you on that. I get you on that, dog. Yeah. We seen them damn dogs before. You better keep running. But some of them damn dogs get out there. You better keep running. That dog don't get tired. We keep going. Yeah.
We talk about dogs. We talk about leaders. We talk about attitude. We talk about physicality. On the ownership, we talk about
Ferg. Oh, Ferg. We left out Ferg though. Ferg got that dog in him.
Ferg is a dog.
Ferg is a dog. Yeah.
I don't see too many dogs, man. And I remember on the show a while back, I said a lot of guys talk that crap and talk that talk in the locker rooms and on the sidelines.
Yeah.
But when they really get down there and it's time to strap it up, you know who the real ones are.
Yeah.
And I told you last time next time I call you, I'm gonna calling out some names. I'm gonna give you one name that I don't think he's a dog. And that's D-Law.
Okay. Yeah, well, we ain't worried about that. That hurt dog right now.
Yeah, he hurt dog right now. He hurt dog right now, but I see a lot of talking from him.
J. Lou got that mentality too, though, you know.
J. Lou got that mentality, but man, okay, I got J. Lou in the secondary. Give me Ferg on the tight end side, CD to a certain extent, and who else did you throw out there? I forgot.
We talk about Ferg. We talk about Zeke goal line dog. He the goal line dog. He goal line dog. He goal line dog. He ain't gonna be the I like this strategy. Somebody said
what I'm saying is go ahead, Law. Go ahead.
No. Somebody said Brandon Aubrey. I'm like, nah. Brandon Aubrey, but he's the damn kicker. But keep going.
But it's like I said, man. It all revolves around a couple of years ago when the Cowboys was out there, and we fallen in love with all of our players again. We get so lovey-dovey, and they think they're great, but when they match up, they don't match up.
Yeah.
These no-name guys come out here, and other guys in the league who play and strap it up every day, man, they come out here and they give it to us, bro. They give it to us.
Yeah.
They give it to us. And as a Cowboy fan, I'm pissed off at that, man.
I feel you, bro.
It ain't about what I like to see or who I like when I look at them or whatever. It's what you look like at that after party. I want to see them dogs out there, man. Frankly, I don't see them, bro. I don't think Dak is a real leader. Now, I know he's got stats and things, and that's going on a different tangent or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't see it. I really don't see that physicality. I don't see that I'm pissed off. I'm looking at guys that were willing to take the locker room doors off to get to the field and start scrapping with these guys.
Man.
There was a year or two ago when we played Frisco, and Debo brought his ass out. I remember small things. Debo brought his ass out there, him and a couple other guys. They're out there trying to intimidate one of our kickers at the time. I don't know if you remember. That was a pregame incident.
Yeah. I remember that deal. Yeah.
And you know what? And I'm like, well, where's the rest of the crew? And how scandalous is that? He's a kicker, and we all, they're all pros or whatever. But where's our guys at? Yeah, where's that mentality? Where's that Trent Williams mentality? Hell, every team needs some knuckle draggers, homeboy.
You ain't lying.
Hell yeah, if it comes down to a fight at the back of the bus on the days like when I was going to school, then hell yeah, I know such and such this and such as that, they got my back or whatever. But you know what? I just see a whole lot of yapping from the Cowboys, man, and I don't see a whole lot of production.
Man, Officer Larkins, man, you on the money, man. You on the money with it.
Hey, philosophy versus reality. We have a philosophy, yes. We gonna see what that reality is in this upcoming game.
Yes, indeed.
And then I'm gonna call you back, and I'm gonna throw some more names out for you.
Come on, throw them out, man.
Like I say, I'm looking for leaders, man. If you're going to get paid, if you're going to wear this uniform, walk the walk and talk the talk.
Yes, indeed.
If you wear a Cowboy uniform, I'm instantly hating on everything that San Francisco look at and stand for. Like you said, Kittle come out with the F Cowboys shirt at. Where's our shirts at?
Yeah, we need to have that same mindset. And,
this is NFL. You should not let another grown man on the NFL team bully you.
Man.
And punk you.
No doubt. In closing, what you got, officer? What you got?
So in closing, man, hey, I just, usually I be about something else, man, but I'm looking for physicality, I'm looking for leaders, and I'm looking for wins.
No doubt.
I'm looking for something that, led me to the side of what we really got versus the other stuff that, they always trying to pump down us, man. And you know what? Ownership needs to take responsibility, and I'm really fed up with that, man, because I want to see them all go. Hell, sell the team and let somebody else get down and take care of business like Washington is doing.
Elon Musk.
I'm done, bro. Hey, thank you, man. I
No doubt.
appreciate you, man. I needed to get that off my chest. I can go out here and throw some tires on the workout floor or whatever in the gym and everything, and we good, bro.
No doubt, man. That's Officer, man. Larkins, man. Good call from him from the 619. Let me say this, though. We do have some dogs, but they on leashes, right? I think that Dak Prescott can turn it on and off, and so far he been on a leash. Let that dog hunt. Get him off that damn leash and let him do his thing, and let him have full autonomy, man. For whatever they did last year around this time when they start clicking and hitting on all cylinders, do that. I think that some dogs that need to be contained a little bit. So, but when it's time for them to get in short distance, give it to Zeke. I think that a strategy will help this team out and say, hey, anything before we get inside the 20, that belongs to Rico. Right? Let Rico run until his tongue start hanging out of his mouth, and then we get with the other wave. And to a degree, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, and Zach Martin, they all got that mean streak in them, right? Zach Martin, hey, he's been dealing with something. Maybe backs are problems, but that's just what we got to do. And I see y'all, man, say, Riggs, but that's how I view it from that aspect of it. There's still a great possibility for this change, for the turning point to be right here and use the 49ers game as momentum. By far, I have us winning versus the 49ers. I may sound delusional, but that's just what it is. When the reality meets the expectations, right? The reality part of it is that it's any given Sunday, and we got to take all what we can. Rico don't have no vision. Where is Dalvin Cook? I feel you on that. But let's listen to my guy 100 Grand with the plan, man. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. What you got?
No offense to the last caller, but stop all that, bro. It's not about none of that, bro. How can you have dogs when your leadership won't allow
it? Yeah, take them leashes off.
How can you, when it's the Cowboys, we don't act like that over here. We buttoned up. So you ain't going to get no dogs. So calling names out and saying we ain't got no dog, when they go to other teams, all of a sudden they turn into dogs. So you need to cut that out, bro. No offense to you, but you barking up the wrong tree with that one. You barking up the wrong tree with that one. That's 100% fact. When these guys go to other teams, all of a sudden they dogs and they talk about it too. They talk about it. They say, hey man, it's all about football over here. I can be myself over here. We can really be ourselves. Lord, let me know if I'm lying. If I'm lying, let me know.
Yeah,
let me know.
Let me ask you this 100 Grand. Who you think this weekend can buck the system? And say two tears in a bucket, I'm going to buck the system. You think that this game could be that the turning point?
No.
What was the turning point last year in the regular season?
The turning point last year, was they let the reins go, and they let the reins go last year. This ain't going to be that year, guys, because we don't have a chance to win. The players knew it was a slim chance we had to win, and now it's being shown. So now, don't you hear, man, practices they ain't practicing right. They ain't. Law, is that a football team that knows they can't compete? Facts. Go to other teams who's competing. You don't hear practices a week. They didn't practice well. It's not because it's Jerry Jones and they got the star and all this and that. No, it's because they know Jerry Jones ain't helping them. They know Jerry Jones didn't give them any help in the offseason. They don't have the football team to compete at all.
Let me ask you this, though. You cooking with some good grease over there. But if we really just wake and snap up out of this damn funk that we in, is the NFC still within reach? Like, name me like we know the Detroit's they number one team right now. The Vikings doing their thing. The Eagles. Where do you place 100 grand as a diehard Cowboy fan right now? It's not even cold football yet. It's not even. The world is still hot. People still wearing short sleeves and sweating. If what we need to do? Come on, break it down. You positivity guy. Come on with it.
Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones get out of the game plan. And you heard the clip. What did Jerry Jones say? What did I say the last time I called? They helped make the game plan. Did that not confirm it even more?
They did. They did
say that. We could do the secondary. We thought if we attacked the secondary. Come on now. Let me know, am I lying?
No,
y'all people think I'm not lying.
Yeah, he said we. He was like we. Like no,
Thank
Jerry.
You.
Yeah,
that's truth. Everything I'm telling y'all is truth, and that's more. Come on, man. That confirms it more. And what else in that clip? We're worried about 2027 and 2028. That's why they ain't That's why they never bring no players in here. So you guys worried about why didn't he bring Derrick Henry in here? Because he's worried about 2027 and 2028.
That hurt me right there.
He want to get that cheap labor from the draft, and he want those guys to develop because he ain't got to pay those guys.
Man.
Come on, man. It's all out in front of y'all. Y'all worried about it's all out in front of y'all. Just look. Just look and pay attention. They don't want to get nobody because they worried about the cap. They want to keep the cap for 2028 and 2029 and all that bullshit.
Hell yeah. Just worry about the now,
And that ain't them.
That ain't
them.
them.
They operate this football team like they operate their businesses outside of the NFL. You can't do that.
Somebody got to tell Jerry, he's 82 years old. I think that, not to put this out there because we don't wish death or no harm to anyone, but let me know that Al Davis died. Did he die at 82? He died at 82.
No, this is deeper than Jerry Law. This is Steven. This is Will. This is all the group of them. This is all of them. This ain't just Jerry Jones. This is all of them. They convinced Jerry Jones of this. They convinced Jerry Jones of this, man.
Yeah.
Yo, man, we worried about the cap. Listen to Steven. This is all Steven convinced Jerry Jones into this philosophy that he's running with right now. Because Steven's in control of this football team. Jerry the mascot, man.
Ooh.
Like, y'all, it's all out in front of y'all. Y'all just not looking and paying attention.
Man.
All about the cap this, the cap that. They're not picking up nobody. They're not doing anything. Because they worried about 2027 and 2028. And they've been doing that philosophy law has been happening before this year. It's been happening in past years. Why do you think the only guys we draft is they paying them $500,000, $200,000 out the XFL and all of that? Man. Come on, man! It's in front of your face. They want these guys. You want premium production with cheap labor. That's what they're doing.
Man, in closing though, what else you have, man? Before I let the next person go.
And the game plan, they are part of it. They want them to win this way. And they're telling them, listen, man, we bought seats. And here's another thing that confirmed what I said. Remember when I said money plays, right? We paid Dak, we paid CD. We expect to win. We expect to win, and we're not going to pay Derrick Henry because if we pay Derrick Henry, that's going to take away the money that we paid CD because he ain't going to get the ball. That's going to take away the money that we paid Dak because he ain't going to get the ball.
That old archaic.
In front of y'all face.
It was in that long ass interview that I just played. Man, you right on the money with it, 100 grand. Yeah, but man, I appreciate you for calling in, spitting the truth serum over here, man. Appreciate you, bro. Good call for 100 grand. You gonna still say it?
How about some Cowboys? I'm always sad, man, but I don't like the direction, but I'm always sad.
Appreciate you, man. 100 grand for the last 3 days. Been saying it, or the last 3 calls. He's been stating and spitting the truth with that. All right, so here's the next 3 lineup I got, and we're gonna lock the phone line. So we're gonna lock it up.
The conference has been locked.
Got a line longer than Jay Leno's chin. I got the 601, then I got the 815 and the 206. So 601, you're live from my neck of the woods, man. Talk to me. Hello?
Come on in with it, Law. What's going on, man?
I was worried for a second. I said, come on, Canton.
What's going on? What's going on, player? Man, first and foremost, man, I want to say, man, this weekend, bro, it ain't going to mean nothing if we win this game, man. It ain't going to mean nothing. It's going to mean something to the fans because we've been getting our tails whooped by them Niners, man. But it ain't going to mean nothing, man, if we don't plan on fixing this run game. And fixing his defensive line, bro.
Man, but you know how it is, man. I'm from the SIP, bro, and I see you calling from the SIP. And I went to D. Jackson State. And even when my team was just like really sus and terrible, I look at that damn schedule and I said, there's about 2 games that I know for sure I want to damn win. And then the damn Alcorn game. And the damn Southern. I just got to beat Alcorn. You know, the Alcorn and Southern.
If you beat Alcorn, you feeling good.
I'm feeling good. I'm damn near to that point. If the Cowboys just beat the Niners, you know. But hey, they gave me a little grace when we beat the Steelers this year, right? We beat the Steelers, and now I'm asking for the Niners. Yeah. So what school you went to? So I. What school you went to?
I went to Hines and Raymond, man.
Oh, Hines and Raymond. Okay.
I attended a lot of Jackson State games, man. Didn't go there,
but you know how now you know how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly how you feel, brother.
Yeah. So I get it. It may not mean nothing, but this could be a turning point of the season if the Cowboys win in a certain type of way, whether it's a 1-point victory or if it's a two-score touchdown type of thing. But this is not going to be an easy one because they can still do some of the things that we have not been able to stop. Play action passes and running the ball, and somebody that we don't even know their first and last name making plays. Yeah.
That's the main thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's that play action, man.
Oh yeah. Shoot.
They gotta dominate on both sides of the ball this week, man. They can't come out playing slouchy.
No doubt, man.
Definitely can't come out playing slouchy, man.
No doubt, bro.
And the thing is, Law, man, we be right there at the tackles, man. They tackling like they in high school, man, throwing the shoulders, man. They not wrapping up or nothing, man. They killing us with yards out the contact on the run, man.
Well, hoping and wishing that Diggs gonna wrap up. It's going to be like asking for Alaska to be hot. You know, it's not going to happen. Diggs going to throw that shoulder, and the way that Zim got these DBs playing, goddammit me, all that safety, 8 and 10 yards off the ball, is going to be different too. So hopefully
they got to get more physical, man.
They got to wrap up. They got to come down, hit and field. I need to see. We were talking about dogs earlier. I need to see Dono less in space. I need to see Dono closer to the LOS. If not, then we would do better putting him on the bench and putting a more of a coverageable safety out there like a Wanye or to a Baylor to a degree, you know?
I agree with that, man. I agree with that.
Yeah, what else you got, man?
See more Wanye Thomas, man. Man, I just want to say, man, other than that, man, tell them stop putting the blame on Dak, man. He ain't got the offense been fine, man. They just got to
get a run game.
Got to mesh together at one, man. That's all we need is a run game, man. We need a running back, man. Somebody to take that pressure off of them.
No
Because
doubt,
when you're
man.
putting the pressure on a quarterback like that, man, with no run game and only one primary receiver that they take out the game
Yeah.
with no Cooks, bro, who else you got?
Bird.
Tober been doing great, man. He's coming to himself, man. But I need to see more of him to get that pressure off CD, man.
Right. He haven't earned nothing yet, so they still playing him like, man, we'll wave him off for 1-on-1 him, and he don't get that double coverage to free up someone else. And you right, man. Appreciate you for calling in, fam.
Appreciate you, man.
No doubt, man. This is the kind of caliber of game that we need to see. We really need to see an elevation of other guys. But I'm gonna go back to my strong suits. I need for my wild card to be Kevontae Turpin, right? Especially since he had the nerves to talk back to Troy Aikman. So we need to see that, right? We need to see some elevations of Jake Ferg and Lamb. Those are my three guys on wide receivers aspect of it. And then we need to see somehow, shape, form, or fashion the running back philosophy, what I said, 3.5. If I can figure out a way to get 3.5, that would help me out, right? And throw in Hunter. Yeah, Lance Bell. Hunter is the other unknown.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
From the 815, you're live. Talk to me.
What's up, Blau? See, I'm going to let slide what y'all just said because y'all was over here talking about the offense side. I'm not going to let that derail my argument, but y'all know that's a lot, too. Okay, if we real Cowboy fans, like, we got to come to this realization.
Yeah.
The organization has been playing with this philosophy for a while. We've been making football decisions that has nothing to do with actual football for a while. So I think we should probably move past that a little bit. At some point, we do got to ask our big-time players to actually be big-time. Michael Parsons is going to ask for the largest contract in the history of man at the end of the season. We need Michael Parsons to show and prove why. I know he's been hurt, but we've been getting our butts kicked and most when he was there. So, like, we need Diggs, please tackle. Donovan Wilson, for the life of me, we've been saying this for like 5. He needs to be closer to the line of scrimmage. He's an impact player, period.
Right.
I want to say this, and I'm not defending Jerry Jones because I do not agree with any of his decisions. But we have to be honest, though, Law. You was here. You was there. We was on the phone talking. We remember the lineup that we had when we had Amari Cooper. We let Amari Cooper go for who?
Michael Gallup.
We got for Jalen Tolbert.
True.
Jalen Tolbert has just started making some plays, and now y'all think he's Jerry Rice. We just need our big time players to actually step up and play and show them and show why they command what they command. Like that's to me the answers of what's wrong with the Cowboys. Our players need to step up. Whatever we have it. The organization isn't gonna change. They're not gonna change the philosophy because y'all getting on them. They've been doing this for a while.
They have.
Can we please acknowledge also that Dan Quinn was the better option as D coordinator, because our defensive coordinator right now is not putting our players in the position that they need to be in. It's a team effort. It's a collective effort. Everybody has failed. But we still got time. I hope we not on here saying we done. That's what I hope.
No. We not saying we
done.
Yeah. We not saying that. If that was the case in the scenario, then they shouldn't have paid anybody during this off season, right? So I think that right now the Cowboys, they made bad decisions, right, and horrible decisions, as far as what they supposed to do during the free agency period because they wanted to fight the money versus fighting the field of play. And all of the teams that I was blindly saying that we okay, then got better. The Washington team got better. The Eagles, to a degree, got better. For somehow the damn Giants got worse because they made the Eagles better by getting rid of one of their star-studded players to the Eagles, by the way. So the Bears got better. The damn Green Bay Packers got better. The Vikings, ooh-wee. They done took one of our pieces and got better over there with Gilly and everything. So everybody gotten better. And, of course, the games that we thought that it was going to be an easy situation, the Atlanta Falcons, that's going to be a tough game for us. So everybody in the NFC done got better, and we maintained or stayed the same. And what happened with us is that now we on a learning situation with them, and we got a slew of injuries. A slew of injuries.
Can I say this thing?
Go ahead.
Can I say this in close? Our run game is horrible. It's terrible.
Right.
It's horrible. It's terrible. But the run game did not make Dak make some of those passes. I'm not saying Dak is the reason we're 3-3, but he damn sure a part of it. Like, so can we a team effort? We need the team to get it together. We need the organization to allow the coaches to coach.
Yeah.
How about them Cowboys? Shout out to Law. I hope your family doing well. Shout out to Law Nation. How about them Cowboys?
How about him, man? Good call from him. And I got one rebuttal from Eric Stewart. He says, we as it relates to the Eagles, he says was better before they got Saquon Barkley.
What's your point?
Let me tell you something. Yeah. And I'm going to give you my counter to that.
But what is your counter? What?
I got to say it all the way.
But what is your counter? What is your damn counter?
Who had more yards this past game? Saquon Barkley or Jalen Hurts? Saquon had more yards on the ground than Jalen Hurts had in there. I can't make this stuff up. Truly, the Eagles beat the Giants. But I'm looking back at a few games without Saquon Barkley. I don't think that you beat the Green Bay week 1, and I don't think you win another one of those other games. At least 2 of those games you don't win for sure. So, yeah, Saquon made y'all better, man. Made y'all better. And if I can say one thing, Saquon is a dynamic running back. I like his skill set because, damn it, you can use him as a wide receiver. He can catch out of the backfield. He's not afraid to block. He can be a versatile guy as far as power back and as well as finesse. He give you all of those ingredients, right? The only knock been on him is the fact that he get hurt every year. So, not saying that he will get hurt because I don't want anyone to get hurt. But the Eagles, I don't think that y'all will have that record if you didn't get a Saquon Barkley. So y'all gotten better because of Saquon. And to a degree, don't digest too much of that Giants food. Because, you know, one thing we do know over here in Cowboys land about my guy Kellen Moore. Wait till them teams that got offensive ability and defensive ability to counter. It's going to be a long night for y'all. And there'll be plenty of games that you would say to yourself, damn, we should have won that game. Damn, we shouldn't have lost this game. And it will be because of the way y'all structured the game. But neither here nor there. Y'all sound jealous, man. Hell yeah, we jealous, man. We averaging 2.5 yards per run. We got an owner. We know our faults. Y'all owner, if the Eagles go out there and go grab a Myles Garrett, which I heard that you guys are considering picking up the phone and calling, that crushes us right there. Y'all do see the difference is that y'all do everything possible to win and y'all barely win. You know what I'm saying? Even though y'all go to the postseason and beyond, right? We went to 2 Super Bowls in the last 20 years. Or 3 in the last 20 years or something like that. If you count the McNabbs, or a little bit more than 20 years. But in the last 30 years, y'all been to 3 of them. And boy, oh boy, the Cowboys for sure celebrated on 2 of them for sure. But I'm going to tell y'all, we are stubborn. We got an old man that sits up there that refuses to pick up a phone. And the need to be right is our number one issue, the need to be right with Jerry. No, only God knows, man, where CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper would have been if they didn't blow that part up. Whoo! Jeez. Maybe, just maybe in 2022 would have been the year. But we had Noah Brown and a guy who's 33 in the third years of age out there named T.Y. Hilton as our wide receivers and hoping that CeeDee Lamb can continue to get the spotlight in 2022. We get a little momentum going and we shut it down over here after emotions. You know, that's what this deal is with the Cowboys. We emotionally get in the way of things. All right, I got the Hood. You was next, but I guess you went off somewhere. I got the 469 and then the 206 in the mix. 469, what's on your mind?
Hey, how you doing, Law?
Hey, doing great, man. Talk to me.
All right, we can beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
Gotta stop their run. That's what they gonna do because all their receivers hurt.
Got to.
Number 15 gonna play. Jeff, what's his name? Jennings.
Jawan Jennings. You got the kid that got shot up. Forgot his name.
He gonna play. 15, 14, 18. All they backups gonna play. With Brock Purdy, he is human. He threw like 3 interceptions last Sunday. I watched that whole game. So, excuse me, we got to stop him. He gonna try to shine. They gonna try to come back.
It will.
And make themselves relevant, so all their players can come back when they, So, got to stop the run, man. We got to make plays. We cannot get off the bus Sunday night, leave the hotel room, and not be ready to play. We will lose. Because they're going to try to embarrass us. That's the 49ers, man. And I know it's kind of early, but I think we need to get the Boise State running back next year. You finna set all kind of records, and that's the next best running back to get. I wouldn't go trade for no running back, nothing. I'll leave all that money on the table for him. He's from Frisco, so that's the running back we should get next. That's who we should get next, man.
Yeah.
Have a blessed week, and I hope we win, man. Well, we gotta play. Cowboys cannot come into this game half-stepping, man. They will lose.
Man, come on.
All right, brother.
Man, good call from you, man, from the 469.
Okay.
Yeah. And we the only team that damn do this, man. we get focused in on one player and say that, okay, that's going to be the player that can help us out. But nobody to help us out this year. And I like the Boise State running back. Right? But we focus in on one player. It was this year, too. We got to focus in on what's the Texans kid that went to the damn Panthers. I think his name was Jonathan, something like that. We were lasering. We're going to get Jonathan. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin knew our moves. And they were like, shoot, we're going to draft Jonathan. We keep winning these damn games. 49ers keep losing. They might get the kid from the Boise. Imagine Dez and Cooper in 2018. Yeah, your shoes. You ain't lying. That would have been nice, man. Appreciate you for your support, bro.
Nobody.
Wrong button, but I'm going to give you this one. Yeah, it would have been nice. Yeah. Jonathan Brooks. Yeah, everybody, mama, Jerry. Jonathan Brooks was the quote-unquote Ashanton, whatever you say the kid's name from Boise. of this season, right? Everybody, hey, Cowboys gonna get Jonathan Brooks. Cowboys gonna get Jonathan Brooks. It was already reporting James Slater, and everybody was saying Cowboys gonna get Jonathan Brooks. Everybody knew who we was gonna get. And then when Marshawn Nealon got there, everybody like, who? Everybody like, who? Well, hey, Marshawn Nealon, he's really good, right? It happens every single year. We get laser focused in on one single solitary player. From the 206, you in the mix. Talk to me.
What's up, guy?
What's good with you, man?
Well, I really hope you guys can beat the Niners and help out my Hawks.
Yeah. They did, man. I think that DK got an MCL. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks here now. He'll big boy. He'll bounce back.
Oh, yeah. I know he will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know we still want him over there in Dallas, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what's going on, bud?
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, she's.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough, but I think you guys could after they beat San Francisco.
Okay, we beat San Fran. That I know you want us to beat San Fran because you're a Seattle guy. You know. Yep.
Yeah. Brandon Ayuk is now injured and out for the year.
Yeah, Ayuk is gone for the year. Not like we're popping champagne bottles for that, but it's one of those things that we want the Niners at their healthiest, right? But at the same time, hey, we just gonna have to show them who we are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, but.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's going to get better for Dallas.
Yeah.
And in closing, you know what got that? How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? No doubt, no doubt. All right, so I'm not big on college running backs or what have you, but people saying Ollie Gordon, they're talking about the Boise State running back, what's his name? Ashanti Janty. And y'all can break down which conferences is stronger or better, competition, you know, and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, man, you know, that's many a moons from here of us to be 3-3 halfway through the season. And you talking about the running back who we don't know what's on the other side, you know. And we wish all is well with the running backs, but we talking about tangible things now, you know. Shoot, Giddens would be a beast of everyone. I'm old enough to remember people were going back and forth and saying Bijan Robinson versus Gibbs, and Gibbs can't hold a candle to Bijan. So who's the better back now? You know, I don't know, but Bijan is. I don't know if he's making the same news and noise that Gibbs making right now, and it could be just me not watching Atlanta Falcons tape. But it is what it is, man. Look, it's all about what system you go to, what team you fool around and fall upon, and these sorts of things. But last but not least, man, I got my guy from the 206. You in the mix, MJ. You live. Talk to me.
What up, Lord? How you doing, brother?
All is well. Can't complain, bro. Talk to me.
Yeah, you know, like I said, you know, I'm like, Big Gang James won me over. The Kool-Aid is poured out. I'm not drinking no Kool-Aid no more. That stuff is gone. And like I said, I've been a fan for a long time. Forget the Joneses. I don't care about them. But everybody got their little points so they can be right or wrong. Doesn't really matter. The players is not good. I'll just tell you. And you guys, you know, I understand what 100 Graham's saying. 100 Graham, it's when they put you on the field,
right?
You either can play or you can't play, bro.
Right.
It ain't got nothing to do with all the other foolishness. Y'all just making what you're doing. You're trying to make excuses for the players, and you're trying to make excuses for the Joneses when you say that. I don't want to hear nothing. I was about to curse. I don't worry nothing about the Jones no more. We know they sorry. So don't bring them up no more. The main story, your players don't know how to tackle. They can't get no penetration. The D tackles get ran over. The corners is playing scared, don't want to tackle. Then they getting burnt. And I'm going to tell y'all one thing. This is going to show y'all a lesson. How you scheme receivers that y'all never heard of wide open against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And we can't do that with our receivers. You got one of the most dangerous receivers. If that number 9 was playing with Kansas City or Detroit, they probably about 400-500 yards, probably about 5 touchdowns. But we don't do that. We're going to come with the same style offense this week. 49ers going to stop us, and they're going to end up beating us with some players, and it's going to piss all y'all off. Y'all going to make Purdy look like Joe Montana. I already can see it. That number 24 going to run all over this solid-ass defense.
Yeah.
Because they can't tackle. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Law?
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
going to keep it real. I'm like, Big James, you warm me up. I'm not going for no excuse. Everybody, oh, man, we could beat 49. Y'all finna be for a big surprise. If they win, I will be shocked.
You be shocked.
If they win. But I think they're not going to win, Lord, because these guys are soft. They can't play. The offense is sorry. The offensive line coach shouldn't even be there coaching. Sorry. He done made Steele look so sorry now. All our linemen are sorry since this guy came there.
Solari, yeah.
Solari is an old... Now, Big Game James, that's the guy you should have been talking about. That sorry dude. Solari is sorry. Can't coach up a dog. So, and Fat Boy gonna come out and call the same stale plays. Ain't gonna be no creation. But watch the 49ers creation with the receivers that y'all think that ain't gonna do nothing. If we stop them, then I'll be like, wow, they did something. But they ain't gonna stop them. That number 19 is fast. Pearson is fast from that receiver. They tight end. That's why they gonna scheme them dudes wide open. And if you dumb, I watched Law film. In that game, Kansas City corners, they was making sure that San Francisco couldn't do them drag routes and them slants because they love going across the middle. They was making them go to the outside. Did you watch that? Even the announcer said, oh, man, Kansas City was making sure they couldn't get to the inside. But watch the Cowboys themselves. Them sorry safeties we got going to get torched. Ain't going to know where they at. Hey, but this team is sorry as hell. So I'm a Cowboy for life before these sorry fucking players that's out on this team. Get them out there. Get rid of the owner and get rid of these sorry-ass players that we got on this team. These guys are soft. They only want money. Like I said, Jay Lewis the only dog out there on the defense. Everybody else is bums. And the offense, 73, he's a dog. Even the young boys, 66, them young boys try. But they got that offensive coordinator that made this offense so sorry. Our receivers can't oh, my God. What? Like I said again, Law, watch this guy Shanahan scheme the receivers wide open when our boys can't even get open. See, they're going to go off. Dak Prescott, they're going to make Dak Prescott look sorry again because they can't get up the line of scrimmage. And you know what I'm saying? And, he'll scheme the receivers
in
closing. We got a sorry coaching staff. Fat Boy that lost it. We had our chance in 2021, and we had the chance to beat the 49ers, and we choked again. So it doesn't matter. How about them Cowboys? Oh, and I'll let you fast, though. I'm older than a lot of you guys. I'm 61 years old. So I've been watching the Cowboys all my life. So I know my football. These players are sorry, man. So I hope we win, but I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm like Big Game James. No, I'm not.
No doubt, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, take off. I do the Kool-Aid. on the floor.
Man, I appreciate you for calling in, bro. Yeah.
How about them Cowboys? Good show, man.
Hey, good show for you, man. Thank you.
We
man.
love you. Yes,
appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed. Is that plain land right there? That's my guy MJ at 61 years of age right there. Yeah.
Goodbye.
And even if you are in a plane crash, and if you can fool around and survive that, be sure to call Frenkel and Frenkel Law Firm. Yes, indeed. And they will take good care of you. Let's listen.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Yes, indeed. That's 214-817 and all of the threes there. And let me know if you survived a plane crash. That would be phenomenal storyline for your mind. But the Cowboys, man, I appreciate everybody, man. I said I was going to turn this thing off at 1 o'clock, but we made it for 30 extra minutes here in the low dial, in the trenches with y'all, talking about the Cowboys and getting this thing going the best way possible, man. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Law bill paid. Yeah. So, man, at this point, man, hope y'all can digest some of the callers, man. I give a 10 to my guy 100 grand for calling in, and shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Officer Larkins, man. Appreciate you for calling in from the 619. And all of those folks, man, my job and my duty here is to just tell y'all for what it is, man. The Cowboys need to stand tall or not at all in this game. And regardless of it, I can't stand the Niners. That's me fighting. Even my brother, the third guy on the left on that horse, I'm going to swipe him down, and all of the Niner gang over there. And literally, we going to get things going. And they said the other guy, the rookie, did they drafted him in the first round? They said his name is literally, no pun intended to this, his name is literally Ricky. That's something. And he's the one that got shot up, ain't he? So it was literally, Ricky! Yeah, dog, boy, bang, bang, Niner gang is something crazy. True story. I'm glad to see him back. And there was a meme out there that's saying that, hey, this dude got shot up and he still made it back before CMC. That's crazy. So this dude gets shot and then he make it back before CMC. That's crazy. But what a blessing, man, for this guy to still be standing tall or not at all. And we hope to hand him an L, this week. That's what it's going to be. Shanton Genty, Dallas Cowboys, I would be a hometown hero. Jerry probably doesn't even know the kid's name. Yeah, if I'm messing over the kid name, I know Jerry gonna stumble over all of that on his name, man.
What's your point?
Yeah, Jerry, we gonna be stumbling all over his name, man. But hopefully, if he's available. I noticed this too. No matter who we get, somebody gonna be mad. Somebody gonna be mad at whoever we draft. They still gonna be mad. That's just how this world works with the Cowboys, man. But yeah, they're not telling the truth about CMC. Yeah, true that. They're definitely not telling the truth. Cooper Kupp is available for trade. I would give them Marquise Bell, since we don't use Marquise Bell and Wanye. Give me Cooper Kupp. Or I'll trade straight up Jalen Brooks. And let's say here, who else that we don't use on this team? And Ryan Flo for Cooper Kupp, Yeah, we don't use them, so get rid of them, trade them, give them Hunter Lupke, Cupper, give him Cupper. Let's get Cupper. But he's a hurt guy too, right? He stay hurt from what I've noticed from him. He stays hurt. He got paid and got hurt. He haven't done anything since he got paid. It's not brought up because he played for the Rams, and he's a Super Bowl winning wide receiver, right? Cupper. Yeah. Law is becoming a licensed professional counselor. Yeah. I'm trying, man. I'm trying my best. Somebody said trade Jerry for a cup. Let's do that. Eric is still supporting the Eagles. That's okay with the Eagles. Hold on, let me extend the show for a few more minutes. Let me stand it. I'm not ready to go yet. Hold on, I got something else I wanted to bring up. It just hit me. Y'all okay? Let me see if I can find it. And I wanted to say this right here. Let me see if I can find it right quick. Because it slipped my mind. And it's something about what my guy brought up. Yeah, I think I can extend it. Y'all okay? Y'all got to go somewhere? Can we extend it just for a few more seconds? Let me talk to my producer. Law, can we extend it for a few more seconds? Yeah, man, it's your show. Damn it, you can do whatever you want. Okay, all right. You didn't have to cuss me, man. I'm sensitive. Okay, let's extend it because I wanted to touch upon, we talked about dogs a lot in this show, and Bill Belichick preached upon that on this show, and it was talking about that his players are soft and these sorts of things. And he was like, damn, I was just coaching them boys. You can't go from hard to soft, but, we're not talking into that particular mindset. But let's bring this up. Let's bring this up because I want, and I put in this caption, listen properly. Listen properly, ladies and gentlemen.
Defensively, the Patriots led the league last year in rushing defense, yards per carry, number 1 in the league. And this year they're way down in the 20s somewhere. It's the same guys. They re-signed Jennings, they re-signed Tavai, they re-signed obviously Duggar, right? Marcus Jones and Gonzalez have been healthy all year, which they were both on IR at this point last year. So you got Wise, you got Godshaw, you got Keon White, you got Mapu, you got Gonzalez, 3 rookies from last year. So it's a lot of the same players, and in some cases I would say more. So I don't, I'm kind of hurt for those guys because to call them soft, they're not soft. They were the best team in the league last year against.
You hear what he's saying? Coaching matters, man. And listen to what he's about to say, best team in the league versus the run,
The run. And those guys went out there and did it, even though we couldn't score many points offensively. So, I don't know. I feel bad for the defensive players on that one because those guys, that's a tough group. I mean, John Jones, Godshaw, Wise, Jennings, those are all, Uche, those guys are all tough players. Like, they'll strap it up and go.
So who determines whether or not a player is soft or hard, whether a player is a cat or a dog? I think that coaching plays a major role in perception. Of course, that is another thing. So I wanted to extend that thing out and let y'all know that it can get hard. Pause if necessary. It can get hard. I just heard what I said. But you got to understand that. So all is not done with this team. All is not over with this team. It's all about the mindset, the ability to think beyond that particular part of it. Devon Griffin says, it's all coaching matters. You're right. So let's show that the Niners don't stand a chance against the Cowboys, who's undefeated on the road. football is about attitude. Yup. Leadership. Let them know, Matt, that we are willing to be in the burning fire, in the flames that they throw us in. That we're going to fight tooth and nail to get out of this situation. We ain't going to let nobody turn us around. 3-3, we got to win in spite of Jerry, in spite of coaching. The players got to want this more than anything. We got to. Soul Goddess says Vaughn is a Tony Pollard type. Yeah. Stretch outside zone runs is what he will relish at. The key is, if y'all listen properly to even the 3-letter and the 4-letter network on what Shay Sharp was talking about, even with Derrick Henry, they had to change up some of the run game in order for him to fit their system. Coaches got to understand that some of the players that they may think that they got are a certain type. Got to switch it up. Dak Prescott, the Cajun warrior from Louisiana that went to Mississippi State to get them to be ranked number 1 in the world for a quick spell. He's going to have to stand tall with that. It's up to him, because at the end of the day, people are going to be looking at the money, the remunerations of what he made, and say, hey, the Cowboys paid this man and we ain't getting no results. And even though he's demolition Dak and he done tore down his house, that football field is still out there. Maybe him and CD can go out there and get on the same page. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. Double R, appreciate the salute, Law and Cowboy Nation. Thank everybody, man, for y'all support, your love and adulations for this. It's no sleep when we talking about the Cowboys. And it'll be no mercy. I don't give a dog who's hurt over there or who's sick in the 49ers land. Yeah.
What's your point?
My point is, we need to take back our W from last year and the year before that. We need to go get it. Yeah, Verdi says 5 more years of Dak. So you're gonna have to show us something. That is right, T-Jack. Let's stay focused. I keep saying we're 3-3. Yup. We're right at 500. The Niner gang is below 500. Let's keep them below the 500. Let's go. Eric, yo. Here's the thing, though, with Dak Prescott. He may not be what you all desire, want, but he's what we got. He's what we got. Lamb may not be what we desire or want, but Lamb is what we got. Good coaches or great coaches figure out how to make a meal with what you got. Mama said there will be days just like this. So we got to make this meal with what we got. We got Lamb. We got Jake Ferguson. We got Dak Prescott. We got Ezekiel Elliott. Utilize and use Zeke for what he's built for. That's in the goal line. Red zone. Utilize Rico to his strengths. What is he good for? Is it running in between the splits? Yeah, he can run there, but damn it, bounce him to the outside. C-gap runs. Play to your strengths. Don't bow down and play to your weakness. Play TOP ball. What is that, Law? Time of possession. Stir the pot up, ain't that White Ray? Yeah, scrape it from the bottom. That's all we got. Move your weight around. They talking about you, Jerry Jones, Mike McCarthy. The outside noise. But not everybody's lying. See, we go back and forth with what the tape say and what the film is. Oh, boy, I'm telling y'all, I should have said this 2 hours ago. We go back and forth of what the tape said. Let's prove it with the film. Damn it. I can alter the clip to say I was the guy on the grassy knoll. You know what I'm saying? JFK don't have nothing on me. It was me, right? I can alter the clips, right? Come on with it. We can always say, hey, this mean that and that means this.
It's an evil world we live in.
Come on with it. But at the end of the day, the reality of it is, can you prove the shit on the field? That's what we need to prove it at. All of this talking, all of this saying this and that about what this Hall of Famer said and about what we really do, prove it on the field. Give me the results. That's what we want. T-Jack said, just win, baby. It's time we do all of this talking. Back in my days, back in the 90s, back 2 weeks ago. We don't give a dog about that. From my mindset, it's 0-0. Prove it on the field of play. Stop all of this damn talking. Gridiron tells the truth. Don't y'all notice that nobody gives a damn about Pat Mahomes leading the league in the INTs? Nobody gives a damn about that. Why? They're 6-0, or are they 7-0? They're undefeated, whatever it may be. They haven't lost the game. So none of that stuff matters. The time is now, ain't that right? So prove it on the field. Did you win or did you lose? It may be ugly, but it's deadly. Come out with the dub. Try to be healthy. Stop worrying about the politics of it. I don't give a damn if Zeke averaged 1.8 yards. But did he lean that cantankerous head on Fred Warner and he said, damn. And then the next run, Rico runs it for 15 yards. Strategy. Cooper BB, when you get to the next level, keep your hands inside. Dirt them if you can. Did you win your rep? Did you win every play that you play on? That's what we come out here to play. Come on, let's rewind. I'm talking to somebody here. Y'all may not like me here, but I'm telling you the truth. Win your rep. Win the game. If I'm Mike McCarthy, I'm sitting these players in the room and we winning the turnover battle. We win in time of possession. We're not going to get costly flags. We are focusing on the things that we can control. Law, what are those things? No false starts. Those are things we can control. No offsides. Those are things that we can control. Illegal formation. Those are things that we can effing control. That's how I'm talking. So that it can be permeated, because you can't talk to everybody nicely. Some people you got to cuss at. Some people you got to yell at. Some people you got to let them know that you can be gone. You are easily replaced. There are other people that's fighting to get in your role in your spot. You can't be nice to everybody. This is football. Every player is a Chris Godwin hit away, right? That's his name, right? Or Goodwin. Y'all saw he left it out there on the field with 43 seconds left on the clock. Is what you do at that time. And if anybody know that he would want to be in that situation, not sitting on the sidelines, we got to let people know we playing through the echoes of the whistle. Let's get it. If you are playing holding back, if you are playing not at 110% this weekend, you need to be playing for Pelican Bay. Shoot program. You need to be playing for another team. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold or the poverty or the famish of fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you will get it.
Dread it.
Come on.
Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Damn. Or should I say,
I am. Let's get it, baby.
Give me my thing, you.
Yeah, baby. One love, baby.
I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something.
That's all I want to do, baby. Count your blessings, baby. And roll those red.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
If we offended anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart. Fight, put fight in chat.
Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside.
Come on with it. I've been live since 11, I believe. 11:30 or something like that. Before that time frame. I know it's about 10:30. Come on with it.
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me.
Come on.
I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals.
Shout out to everybody, man, who stay for these long shows, man. It'll be long. But we should be out a little later on tonight with the final word. Appreciate you guys. Man, keep an open mind to all of this, man. Keep an open mind. Come on with it.
I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone.
Shout out to all of the truck drivers. Shout out to all of the people, man, that work security. Just say, hey, man, I listen to your show, man, from the beginning to the end. Yeah. Come on with it. Thank those, man, who get a chance to rewind and watch over and over again. Appreciate y'all. The growth is real. We continue to get things going.
I said, that's how you do it, son. You do it like they did it.
Lately, I just wanna
I wanted to stand in front of my boys and say, do it like your dad, like any proud dad would want to. And at that moment, a voice came over me, and it said, look up, get up, and don't ever give up.
The fight started, baby. Get back on your 2 feet and get that done, don't contemplate it. Let's get that done, this victory televised for who couldn't make it. I'm standing tall, my chest up, chin up high like they can't break me. Lights on, it's time to fight. They know just
if you are broken, put broke. I'm broken. But if you're not broken, let me see fight in the chat.
We won't never give up. started, baby. Get back on your 2 feet and get that done, don't contemplate it. Let's get that done, this victory televised for who couldn't make it. I'm standing tall, my chest up, chin up high like they can't break me. Like Sean, it's time to fight. They know just how we coming, this Dallas boy, we tryna fight. Like Sean, it's time to fight. Game time, it's time to fight. We don't never give up.
What's your point? What's your point?
We don't never give up. We don't never give up. We don't never give up. We don't never give up.
What is your count? What is your damn count?
I ain't mad at you. Nobody, baby.
And who can
do it like me? Nobody. Who can give you what you need? Who can do you all night long? Nobody, baby.
It's an evil world we live in.
Original, they never will be.
Yeah! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
Yeah. All right. Come on. King Early says damn law is desperate. Yeah. Marshall said he's broken. Oh my gosh. King Early. I feel you though, fam. Marshall, I feel you. Yeah. Oh, snap. Ultra overtime, baby. Ooh.
Well, good morning.
Jerry again.
Very tired.
Are you?
These past several days have been very hectic for me.
Well, why?
I've had a busy time of trying to cram all the moves and effort of improving this team from this past off season into just this last week. So I'm trying to play catch up here.
Well, what have you done? I mean, I didn't see any sort of transaction or anything.
Well, first of all, I've been getting very therapeutically very drunk and cruising Grinder for hot new players. You know how that is, don't you, Mike?
Morning, Jerry.
Yeah, Mike Ducey's here.
Mike Ducey on here, man who I see on Grinder pretty frequently. We always swipe right on each other. It's fun.
Well, outside of that, I mean, what about personnel moves? Or
personnel-wise,
traded or anything like that?
Yes, that you asked me, and I'm answering now in this tone of voice. I've been spending lots of time on LinkedIn and Indeed trying to sift through resumes for head coaches and running backs. That's what I've been doing.
Gosh. All right.
And I've been threatening everybody at the Star. I've been threatening them. Everybody's job is on the table, on the chopping block. If they don't turn this thing around, I want to turn around. I want to turn around right now because 3-3 is not acceptable.
Well,
not acceptable. I refuse to be 500. If I wanted to be 500, I'd hire Jason Garrett again for their pay for 15 years.
Well, I'm afraid I think that people are afraid it may get worse as the season goes on. It seems like morale for the Cowboys.
No. It will not happen.
Okay.
No, it will not get worse. I'm ready. If I have to fire Mike McCarthy, I will.
Okay.
If I have to fire Mike Zimmer, I will.
Okay.
If I have to fire Dak, I'll just give him the biggest contract in NFL history once again. But yeah, I can't criticize Dak. Too much money tied up.
Okay.
But, and don't you think for a second I won't hesitate to fire either of you two guys either if you do anything that displeases me during this interview.
Yeah, well, I don't think work you can for you, Jerry. Come on.
You piss me off, and George, you'll be back working in college radio before you know it. And Mike, if you call me a billionaire bully one more time, I'll have you sent back to Iowa, where I know for a fact you were facing charges from 3 different women.
Oh.
And 4 different men. So you had to get out of Iowa in a hurry now, didn't you? Huh?
Statute of limitations is up on that.
Yeah, that was 30 years ago.
I didn't do my research. I did my own research, which ironically is what I traded Amari Cooper for doing, but I did my own research.
Oh, a little COVID joke there.
I've also been scouring LinkedIn looking for a new ex-Cowboy quarterback to replace Troy Aikman.
Because Troy was critical of you?
Yeah, he publicly criticized our current crop of awful and lazy wide receivers, and I'm mad about that. In fact, I called Troy personally and told him that if he didn't quiet down, I'd send Michael Irvin after him, just like I once ordered Irvin to go after Everett McIver with a
scissors. You ordered that back?
I did. Wow. I ordered him to go after Everett McIver with a comically large pair of supermarket grand opening ribbon cutting scissors. And he did it.
I don't remember it being that big, but okay.
And I privately and secretly don't want to go on the air. This is just for you two, not for your listeners.
All right.
But I've started privately texting with Bill Belichick.
Oh,
begging him to come here and just consider the job. But apparently he's distracted with his new girlfriend or something.
Yeah, she's in her 20s.
I know. In fact, the other night he sent me like a 2 a.m. rooster shot. And then he immediately followed up with, "Oops, sorry, not meant for you." And then a few seconds later, "But what's up?" Like what you see. And I told him I was, that it looked good and all that, but to be honest, it looked like a deformed ghost pepper.
No Arnold Palmer.
Yeah. Ghost pepper. All right. Well, do you think he would take the job even after that kind of correspondence?
Well, to be honest, I don't know. I want to see him in the shower with that thing. It's just, but
I just Googled ghost pepper. I didn't know.
Don't Google it.
I'm taking measures. I've got our training team spiking Dax protein shakes with human growth hormone and horse steroids and everything. So we're doing what we can.
Don't do that.
But I'm thinking that I may do the emergency doomsday move.
What's that?
Hiring Veruca to be our GM.
Okay.
She may be our only hope.
I thought we were going to make it through without a reference to her, but I guess not.
I'm hoping she got some of her mama's gate agent good sense and can get this plane fully loaded and bound for Winsville with a quick turnaround time.
All right. Well, good luck against the 49ers.
Hey, good luck to you guys.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Jerry.
Can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say, where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you.
Until next time, DC for life. Be sure to hit that like, share this content, let friends and neighbors know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Let's get on up out of here. One love, DC for life, baby. We up out. Peace.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had.
God
I gave
sees
you
in
everything
you
I had.
what you don't see in yourself. And that's why he chose you to break generation cycles. And he about to open door for you that no man can shut. That no man can shut. Because he wants to be a witness for what he about to do. Wow.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing?
It's an evil world we live in.
Dread it.
What more
Run
do you
from it.
want from me?
Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say,
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
I am.
What is your counter? What is your damn counter?
Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career.
We're looking great.
Go Birds.
Let's go Birds. E-L-G-S-E-S-E.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
Nobody. They can come closer than close. Paging me, asking me.
Original, they never will be.
Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Woo,